Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Dork Tales. This is Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, right here on Dork Tales, which is what I just said, so it's a little redundant. But hi everybody, I'm Kelly. I'm your Dungeon Master on this tale. I use he and him, and I'm super excited to be back. For those of you who are tuning in right now, we just survived a 21-panel convention weekend here on Dork Tales from our home panel Dork Tales Expo, which I'll hopefully have on YouTube sometime in the next week or so. It is a process to edit that many videos. I'm going to do very little editing, though. It's going to be pretty raw. You know, raw. Anyway, but we're back, and after very, very little sleep, which is pretty good. If you joined us on Monday for Strixhaven over on the Patreon, you saw that we were all pretty sleepy, which helped because there was a lot of combat in that game and a lot of deck of many things. So tonight we are hopping back into Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, and I am super psyched about that. I'm also super psyched to be spending time with some of my favorite people on the planet, which are here with me on the world of Kryn as well. Huh? Funny that. Let's pass over and say hello to all of them, starting with Christine.
Hello, I'm Christine. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I play Kelara Vingard, our human cleric of Mishakal.
Fantastic. Over to Chris.
Hello, I'm Chris. I go by Blogg in the chat and on the Discord, and I am playing Godfrey Highvalor, the human battlemaster fighter. Sorry, I got a little distracted. I heard the wee one. Yeah, looking forward to tonight.
Nice. You know who else is looking forward to tonight? It's Robin.
It's true. Hello, everyone. I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing our lovely Kinder swashbuckling rogue, Rizira Moonbrush. And this is my second to last stream in my current place before I move. So this
I was about to say, I mistakenly did not say now to Robin the Jobless Wonder.
The jobless wonder.
The jobless wonder.
I have a job. It's waiting for me. I don't start it yet.
Someday your prince will come. Yeah, no, that's not that kind of job. Yeah.
But yeah, super excited. I'm packing like nonstop, and I'm just like so tired from that. So I'm really excited for game because it's an emotional roller coaster packing up. So it's nice to
That's fair.
So I have slightly manic energy from that, so I apologize.
Big manic. Oh, gee, for on a Kender, that wouldn't fit. You know who also wouldn't fit on Cal?
Hello, my name is Cal. I'm playing... my name is Cal. I use he, him pronouns. I got so excited for Dragonlance, I just wanted to whiz through it.
That's okay.
I'm playing Aurontiros, who is an elf bard. And
beautiful.
He's out of his element.
You know who is in there?
Appreciate music up in the wastes.
Yeah, they really don't. They really don't. You know who is in their element though? The element of fire. It's probably Jen.
I'm always in my element when there's fire about. Hashtag Team Arson.
One day the FBI is going to really look into that, and it's going to be a weird thing.
If the FBI looks into me, I'm screwed regardless. So we'll just
hashtag just a writer, I swear.
My search. Yeah, it's wild.
Dude, I'm in the middle of plotting a Demon the Descent game that I've been running, and yeah, mood on that one.
Right.
No, it's by
Anyway, hi, I'm Jen, and I use she, her pronouns, and I play Hazeal Nightgranite, our dwarven lunar sorcerer, who also uses she, her pronouns, and likes fire a little less than my mage character, but fire's useful, so...
Fire is quite useful, actually. Yeah. You know what else is useful,
though? I gotta say, though, like, on that previous topic of conversation, anybody who's played Mage or Technocracy is probably on a CIA watch list for search terms.
100%.
Yeah. 100%.
Backstory, yo!
Right?
Fair. But, you know, as you were saying, fire is useful. And you know what else is useful? Our sponsor for the night, for the month, and next month as well, Bookwyrm Games. Bookwyrm Games is our local Vancouver area dice proprietor. I was going to say emporium, but it's more of a proprietor, more of a dice merchant that can provide you with everything from gemstone dice to resin dice to wooden dice to swirly centered dice to edible dice. They've got a bunch of great stuff you should definitely go check out and use code DorkTales to save 10% off your order. And if you do so, quick reminder that if you spend 100 Canadian dollars, shipping is free. And it's so good. Their shipping is so good. Krista ordered some stuff. Krista from one of our other games. You probably know them, the one who runs Strixhaven. And they ordered some stuff at 9 p.m. one night. And then the owner of the company dropped stuff off on her house the next day, like personally.
What?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
He was just out that way and he's dropped it off at her house.
And
yeah.
and there's a deal too. If you purchase something within 24 hours, your channel points, something happens.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So if you buy something from Bookwyrm, send me a PM or message me in the chat. It's probably easier to hit me in the chat. And your channel points will be doubled for that day. Anything you expend, I will count as double. There's no way to do it inside the system, so I'll just take your word on it and I'll give you twice as many tokens.
That's how I ended up with 15 Hurt the Moors for Radiant Citadel, because Blogg bought a set of dice and purchased 5 Hurt the Moors, which went to 10 Hurt the Moors, which 6 of them are going just to Traz for his sass in the chat.
Oh, that's perfect. I could not ask for a better use of them.
Right.
Yeah, Traz made a mistake. He sasses Robin, and then it decided to join a game where she's running it.
Yeah, it's not a smart idea. But you know what is a smart idea? Going to check out Bookwyrm Games and checking questchest.info for more information about their upcoming Kickstarter, which we'll talk about more inside of May, because I've got all the deets on that and it's going to be pretty cool. So thank you to Bookwyrm Games for sponsoring this episode, because you keep the lights on. If you also want to keep the lights on, you can go join the Patreon. I'll tell you about that right at the end of the channel, or at the end of the channel. I'll tell you about that at the end of the episode. So last week, it was a year ago, it feels like, because of the weekend's expo. So does anybody have any questions about what y'all were doing?
Something Dalamar Shrine.
Okay, so I guess I'll give you the quick update. So last episode, you sailed to the Northern Wastes. You went to Record's Edge and began investigating around to find a place for the vessels to land. As you did find a place to land, you also discovered very soon that there was a beached elven ship of Sylvanesti make there. After looking around for a little bit, you discovered that there was an elf that was already there, invisible, watching you. An elf named Dalamar. Dalamar did his best to make some friends with you all, and found out as you were speaking with him that his people had been exiled from Sylvanesti, or I guess refugeed, as they had escaped Sylvanesti from the Blue Dragon army. They had gone to the Northern Wastes, his contingent of mages, in order to find some ancient elven ruins that would help restore them to some semblance of power. They were still in the process of looking for that, as appears that Dalamar really does not like his boss. And very soon you learned that neither did you. Because after a day's travel, you went to go meet with those elves, and they basically told you to fuck off. There's no nicer way to put that. They were really rude.
Nope, they were just plain old mean.
They were big old dicks. And because of that, you basically made a deal with Dalamar to prepare some dalliances in the future to go and hit up a couple of sites he marked on a map, and he was unable to reach, and said, well, if you make it this way, then definitely meet me at... and he marked a place on the map that you all know as... starts with a W, Wakenreth. Up in Wakenreth in a week or two, which is more than enough time to scout around the map. With that, you set up shop and rested. Does anybody have anything they need to do before we begin play?
No.
Perfect. All right. So without further ado, folks, let's head into Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, here on Dork Tales. The night's sleep is very restful. Who's taking watch? Riz? Is just Riz or someone Riz and Hazeal?
I'll take a round. I do need at least my sleep to make sure I have all my spell slots back, but I don't think I use very many, so.
Yeah,
Fair.
Godfrey will take a shift too.
All right. So Riz and
Yeah,
Hazeal.
and Kelara will try and take a shift.
Godfrey will try and take that shift.
I was gonna say.
Aurontiros only needs to think about the day for about 4 hours, so he'll be up most of the night anyway.
I'm just gonna think about sleep for a while. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Must be nice.
You only need half as much if you just think about it really hard.
Wow, elves are just grad students.
Yeah.
I don't sleep. I just think about sleep.
Think about sleep. And I'm good.
Facts.
True facts. I was there. I was there 3,000 years ago.
I'm there right now.
Sucks to be you, fam. All right, so nearby you can hear the sound of the elven camp. Because of the general lack of sleep, they don't have to work. Well, they don't have to rest too much and can continue working, studying, and preparing through the night for their various expeditions. But all of you will take some time to rest. As night falls around you, you'll set up camp. Now, did you actually bring camping gear with you? Or are you just sleeping under the sky?
I think, like, Riz probably has her basic, like, explorer's pack with things.
Same.
Okay. All right. Does
I
that
think
include
we
a
would've-
tent? Remind me.
Nope, it's just
You get a bedroll.
Yeah, you get bedroll.
All right. So, setting up bedrolls under a bit of a crevasse nearby, you will hear the sky kind of groan ominously over you as the sun sets. But with the sound of the crackling fire between you and the elves, a bit of peace settles into this blasted landscape. Kelara, you, Godfrey, and Levna pitch your bags down in the corner and manage to work yourself into a sleep, doing the constant roll over and roll over and roll over until it takes you, leaving Riz and Hazeal around the fireplace. What do you talk about? What happens? In the distance, you can hear the sound of elves arguing and debating in the distance. Tuala smlalawo. Pula smlalawo. Pulala. Bantapuda.
I think Hazeal is still in that kind of worried, concerned mood that she was earlier, of just like realizing how far the dragon army has stretched and that there's more dragons and more armies, and worried about home. So she's a little quieter than normal, but Riz might just be talking. So
Yeah, I think like how Hazeal was just talking to bundled Riz in the thing about stones and stuff. I think Riz does not realize Hazel's not paying attention, and Riz is just going on about that journey. That was the first time you're on a boat. Did you remember seeing that little bit of like weird sea kelp? And then all those the waves are weird. It's kind of bouncy. And then I didn't realize the ocean could be that sort of colors. It was all blues, but like, you know, it's different kinds of blues. Depending on, and the sun would hit it. It was very weird. And then the rocks. It was so weird. These rocks, they're so cool. And
Yeah,
the ship, the elves. That one guy was nice, but the other ones seemed like they were kind of very rude. I don't know why do people always just assume to be rude? We had no problem. It was kind of weird, you know? But anyway, now we're here, and look at all these different flowers. This is new. Like, Riz is gonna like grab a branch off a random flower
One
and
moment,
just
please.
like, oh no.
Okay. Grabbing a branch off a nearby flower, it'll break off in your hand. The stem is very brittle, and the petals are long and finger-like, a dozen of them in a circle that kind of blow in the stiff wind as you pick it up, almost wrapping around your fingertip.
Huh. That's new. Does it sting? She's touching it.
It does not. It actually smells not flowery. It smells more spicy. Honestly, if I had to compare it to anything, it smells a little cuminy.
Ooh.
However, do me a favor, make me a con save.
Oh no.
I have so many Hurt the Moors to spend now.
I know. Sandra just bought 5 for you just now.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I already had 6 from last game, so I've got about 13 now.
Con 19.
19? Okay. All right, so you are going to get like quite a tickle up your nose, and it'll, you'll be able to hold yourself from sneezing, but it will kind of work its way up your nostrils and begin to give you that tingle.
Ooh. Well, this is, see, like for instance, this flower is making me feel like I need to sneeze. It's quite interesting though. Yeah, and this one's kind of making you sneeze, Hazel. Are you okay? You seem to be a little bit out of it lately.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Something about the flower?
I'm inciting you,
Hazel.
Hazel.
Check. Pretty sure my deception is not great.
Yeah, I'm an expert
mean-
in insight, so that's gonna be a 27 to figure out what the fuck's going on with you.
So I can't beat that, but I'm gonna just see if I get a nat 20 to see if I
Yeah.
get even close. But my
Yeah.
acting's like, nope. I did, however, roll a 17.
That's what
But
I
with
rolled,
my-
and then I added 10.
Yeah, and I only had 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, she is. There's definitely some stuff on her mind. She's acting like she doesn't necessarily want to talk about it, but I don't know if Riz cares.
I think Riz has known Hazel long enough to maybe know that, but just being like, so Riz will just kind of move to sit beside her and then just like do like a shoulder like little mini shoulder check, be like, it's going to be all right.
Yeah. She does still have that stone ring on her right hand that she kind of just, almost like she's almost like a modern day like fidget ring, except it's just the whole stone ring that's sliding around her finger. It's slightly too large for her finger.
And as you are playing around with that finger, I want to take a moment and ask you, what is the name of the person who gave you that ring? Was it Fibok?
Yes.
Okay. So as you are swirling that around, Riz is going to start talking about something else that catches her fancy, as perhaps a large bird or bat flies overhead, squealing into the night, making this horrible noise, leather wings batting above you. The fire. And Riz is going to start just like thinking about that, kind of talking that over. And as that happens, you're going to focus on the fire in front of you. And Riz's prattling is going to fade into the background. And as the firelight dances up, you're going to see a figure sitting across the fire from you, where Riz would be sitting just a moment before. He's strong. He is proud. What color is his hair? What color are his eyes?
He's got kind of like black hair, kind of long, like in a single braid down his back.
Mm-hmm.
And a black beard to match. That's also fairly long and has braids through it. And his eyes are just a startling shade of bright blue.
He stares at you from across the fireplace. Phoebe oak chain braids. Was it worth it? He intones, his voice echoing across the embers.
think so.
I would have gone with you if you'd have asked.
Would you? Because I don't.
How would we ever know?
I couldn't go back. You get that, right?
He stares at you, his eyes sparkling in the firelight. I guess we'll never know.
I'm sorry.
Are
for
you?
not for not at least letting you know that I was alive. I'm sorry at least for that. But I'm not sorry I left.
That's the difference between you and me, Hazeal. I never would have traded the sky for you.
I know. That's why I loved you.
As you
Love
spin
you.
as you spin the ring around your thumb, the sound of Kender talk fades back in.
So, as I tell you, it was vaguely remembered like a weird sort of bird bat thing that I found down in Ispan. We were down in like more like the south area, and it was really cool. It didn't quite look like that though, but I think it could be a cousin if you look. I went chasing after it for a bit. I realized I wandered a little bit out of camp there, but are you okay? I don't ask that you kind of didn't mention anything, but
Yeah. Just a memory. That's all. Sorry. Normally I'm a little more upbeat than this.
oh, it's okay. Everyone has their down days. Honestly, it's the low parts are what makes the happy parts even better because you remember that, and if you're having a memory that's that strong, obviously.
Yeah.
It was a good-ish connection or something.
My family doesn't know I'm alive. I don't know what they've thought since I left.
Oh, I have not written to my dad in a while. My family might not know I'm alive either, though I think you probably left on a little bit different terms than I did with my family. They know I was going adventuring.
Yeah, I was supposed to be getting married.
Is that what the...
Yeah. But I wanted to see the sky before I did.
Oh, I don't blame you. Honestly, that's what you should do. You should get out and see the world before you have to settle down somewhere. That's
Well,
what I'm trying to do.
all I wanted was the sky. I didn't need to go, but when I left, when I came out from under all of the mountain, the moonlight hit, and
You got the magic.
And dwarves don't really like when you come back with magic.
Oh, so you were just were leaving just to see it with the hopes of coming back home?
I knew I couldn't go back, so I just kept going. If I had gone back, I would have been a renegade in a couple of different ways.
I'm
So I
sorry.
found the tower instead, and it led me to all of you, which is not bad. I don't wish I was home instead of here. I just wish I could have both, you know?
Oh, makes sense. That's what we all want.
Yeah. And now I just don't know what's happening with the war and the armies. I don't know if they're okay. I don't know if the war has found them under the mountain.
Well, I think they have a little bit of a benefit there of being under a mountain. They're probably a little harder to find.
Yeah, and they're pretty locked up in there. It was hard enough to get out to find the sky.
I bet.
there-
I'm also a little
there's a good-
concerned.
There's a good chance they're safe. I just...
But you don't know. You're not 100% sure unless you could scry on someone. You don't know. No, I get it. I worry for my pa and all my friends back in Kinderholm as well.
Yeah.
We're tough, but I don't think we could stand up to an army. We're not really ready for, fighting off big castles and things like that.
Yeah.
But we're going to stop the army before they get that. And then if you save them, they cannot kick you out, and then you can go be reunited and get married now that you've had your adventure. And then you can have a big ceremony in the mountain. I will be your officiant. Don't worry. You don't have to ask. I will do the ceremony. It will be beautiful.
I feel like Aurontiros would want to fight you for that honor.
We can share. We can share. We'll be dual officiants. But
That sounds good.
don't worry. I mean, you will worry, but we're here for you as well to share the load if you ever want to talk. I know I'm pretty goofy, but I can be serious when I need to. Aurontiros has helped me with my acting.
I think I need a little bit of goofy right now.
Okay. And then Riz is going to start rummaging through her bag beside her.
Okay.
I'm going to use the D100.
Okay.
99. What is that?
Let me do this. You just chill. I'll find
Okay.
it.
Problem with actually crying when you have makeup on.
Oh, I know. I want to hug you through the screen right now.
Great.
Okay. Riz, as you're looking through your bag, you'll start finding just knickknacks, paddywhacks, things like that. And as you reach in, your hand is going to wrap around. It feels like something made of wood. And a strangely curved stick is going to come out in your hand. It's kind of bent like an L. One side is slightly longer than the other. So it's bent like a crooked arm. But then also kind of bent in a weird way, kind of twisted on itself, like a malformed, it's a misshapen boomerang.
Huh. I'd ever pick this up. And then Riz will just throw it off into the distance.
Oh,
Cool, what's your
that's
armor class?
So well.
What's my armor class? 17.
I rolled exactly 17.
Oh no!
So Riz is going to go throw it off in the distance. Keep going.
Oh no. Well, I guess that really didn't do any good. I found this flower that makes you sneeze, though.
It smacks you upside the back of the head and falls next to the fireplace.
Ow.
Take 2 points of bludgeoning damage, please.
Actually, good thing I'm not resting yet.
Does it just come back and attack you? Is that its purpose?
I don't like that. Ouch. Riz will pick it up, throw it the other direction.
It's gonna go and is going to vanish into the distance.
Oh. I guess it only works once.
Hit you from the other side of the head for a point of bludgeoning.
Okay, I don't like. Why is it hurting me so bad? Ouch. I'm gonna have a bump on each side. I guess I'll mash my ears. At least it's even.
Yeah, you're balanced.
That's all what you're for. Also, you should teach me some magic. I would be crazy with some magic.
Oh, that would be dangerous. I mean, I've been field promoted, so
Does that mean you can train people?
I'm technically training Aurontiros. But the downside is that if I then fail my test when I actually get to take it, you all fail with me.
I mean, but isn't that sort of like perfect? I wouldn't want to pass if you did anyway, so you know. Train me, oh sorcerer, great wit mage. Riz will start bowing in front, and she's just gonna start being super like jokey and jovial.
Yeah. And Hazel's gonna laugh, and you can tell that it, like at first, the boomerang one's kind of forced laughter out of her, but as you continue and be jokey, she's going. The laughter's more and more genuine, and she does actually seem to be having a good time.
So, you know what? Before it's going to be shift change soon.
Mm-hmm.
Riz is going to take the flower and just wave it under Godfrey's nose right before shift change.
Godfrey, do me a favor, make me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. All right.
I believe that's what it is to wake up at threats. Either wisdom save or wisdom check. I'll give you the benefit of the save if it matters, which it probably doesn't because you're a fighter.
It doesn't. 15.
15. So you're going to, something's going to tickle your nose for just a second, and then your battle senses are going to come to, and you're going to be able to immediately snap your eyes open.
I'll try and reach for whatever it is.
Okay. Make me an attack roll.
Alrighty.
I just want to see if you can seize Riz by the wrist.
Just unarmed?
Unarmed, yeah.
18.
Okay. So as you're tickling him, his hand's gonna come out and catch you by the wrist.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I was just trying to make you sneeze with this flower that I found. It's time to wake up. I am tired and hurt.
Oh.
Why are you hurt?
Well,
Lebanon's gonna
you
say
definitely
she-
were able... Definitely woke me up.
She threw a stick into the middle of nowhere, and it came back and hit her in the head.
Twice.
Yeah.
I don't know why I expected to change, but
Is
it did.
it magic?
No, it's just this. She holds up the boomerang,
I
gives
was
it to
waiting for her to
Godfrey.
throw it again.
Oh no, she's giving it to Godfrey.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
Throw.
Godfrey's ever seen a boomerang before, especially
Just
a misshapen
Throw
one.
it. Just throw it. Like give it like a toss.
He'll throw it out.
It's gonna go. You'll hear poink as it bounces off a stick. Pardon me, as it bounces off a rock nearby, and immediately recorrects. I need both of you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
19 for Riz.
5.
Cool, you're gonna take 8 points of bludgeoning as this cranks into your forehead. I got a nat 20.
What?
Jesus.
So you're just gonna go whoop, dunk, wink, and it's gonna crank you right in the forehead. A little bit of blood's gonna dribble down from the cutting.
I'm just gonna fall on my ass.
Hazel is full laughing at full volume at this
I
point.
feel like at this point,
Yeah.
Kelara wakes up.
Yeah.
What sort of wizardry is this?
I don't know I can't remember where I picked it up, but this
You know what?
is...
You know what? Just keep the stick away from me. I don't. Oh,
Okay,
God
okay, back
damn.
in the bag it goes. Shift change. Seems to be pretty quiet.
What's going on?
well, I was awake, but I think I might have a minor concussion.
Did something attack?
Yeah, me or Riz's magic stick.
It's magic. I am magic. It's Kender magic.
Why did you attack Godfrey?
I didn't mean to. I
It's
was
Kender magic.
him this boomerang I found that it hit me twice in the head, and so I got Godfrey to throw it, and it hit Godfrey in the head too. So it's not just me.
And her
Why
magic
would you
is
keep
loud.
doing it if it hurt you the first time?
Aurontiros, you seem to have like a silent spell cast on you. I see you moving your lips, but
He's praying for your souls. Levna will roll over and cuddle her helmet.
Oh, I'll stand up and just rub my head and puts a little distance between Rizira and him.
Rizira's gonna be like, "I'm sorry, Godfrey. I didn't mean for you to hurt yourself."
Thank you, Riz. You know, why don't you get some sleep?
Okay, I'll do that.
I'll sleep as well.
Aurontiros will just smile and shake his head and just not get involved. You know, just give you some time.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Cal, do you take a sec to see if you get your mic working again?
Humans who can't see in the dark are taking watch together. I'll take watch, but let them do their thing and go back to pretending to meditate so I can listen in.
All right. So
Elven eavesdropping.
continuing to meditate as you do. The fire is going to crackle, and about an hour will pass with that. Kelara and Godfrey just sitting next to the fire, watching its warm glow.
It's a little cold out here.
Yeah, I guess the farther north we get, the colder the night it'll be. During the day too.
Yeah, we should have brought some tents or something with us. I guess we'll just have to. We'll just kind of poke at the fire with a stick, and just like I guess we'll just have to make sure we all stick together to make sure we keep warm.
Of course.
And he'll kind of try and scooch over a little bit and just sit beside Kelara.
She will pretend like that was smooth.
So,
So what were you doing before you came back to Vogler?
Oh, well, that was, well, my father was always pushing to follow in his footsteps and join the Islamic Knights, and he wasn't as big a fan of the way Ispin was Ispin's influence. So I went through a couple of different working with a couple of different other people, some of them quite a bit more strict than Ispin was, trying to and then ended up eventually with Sir Levna there, who thankfully, is well grounded, down to earth,
Blunt.
blunt. Yeah. But, how about yourself? It seemed like not too much changed since.
Okay, quick question, just out of character completely.
Absolutely.
How long has Godfrey been gone for?
I think
Roughly.
probably like 5 or 6 years. Because
Okay.
like he was around when you were like 12 or 13, and now you're 18, 19, 20, something like that.
Yeah.
So like six years probably.
Okay. Well, after my parents died, it was on me and Karen to keep everything going and keep the farm working, and that's why I was working in the inn. Have to feed those boys somehow.
Yeah, I guess. Looks like little brother is a bit of a handful. Must have been really difficult for the two of you to keep track of him at times.
A little, but everybody would keep an eye out on him, really. They all, of course, knew.
Yeah.
Everybody knew to distract him with pretending they didn't see him, or putting up situations so that he could be disobedient without really being. Don't think he's quite caught on yet. But I suppose now I don't know how he'll react to this. It's unexpected, really.
Yeah.
Bit more than, I mean, I thought after my parents died that we'd kind of hit our limit of difficult situations.
And sorry, out of character, how long ago was it that they died?
I think between the time that you left and you came back.
Yeah, so you probably don't know.
I'm-
Like the exact details, at least.
Yeah. I'm really sorry to hear that they passed. They were they always seemed kind.
They were. Very much. And it's getting easier, but every now and then.
May I ask how?
I think I probably said in my survey, but I'm just gonna spitball it from here. So, a fever went through town, and they worked too hard and just didn't rest, and it took them.
I'm so sorry.
At least I was able to keep my brothers.
Yeah, that's always looking on the bright side, eh?
Well, I was able to protect them, at least.
If you're always so
Where do you
busy.
think we'll go next? After tomorrow, which direction do you think we should go in? Just trying to blatantly change the subject.
Yep.
Aurontiros is going to use prestidigitation on the fire.
Okay.
To make like a a blue gout of like flame like spark up, just to mess with them.
Okay, I will probably sound an alarm.
It's just a little blue, like you know how like fire's like purpley on the inside.
Yeah, depending on the fuel, yeah. So it'll just kind of flicker and flare
Like,
up
you know,
a bit.
like the base, it's just kind of like blue wisps, as if kind of like the inside of a log just.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like
okay,
it's just
okay.
like it's like a log collapses and causes like
yeah,
some
he's not
type
making like demonic faces.
Yeah, no, just checking.
Yeah, no, this is
I
just
was
like
oh, okay.
like a little bit of I forget what it is, copper's green, magnesium, something inside of the log just kind of sparks a bit and casts you in a bit of blue light.
Oh, I guess I'll have to look at the map, but we'll stare into the fire for a bit. I guess whatever's closest.
Does that make
Just-
sense?
Just searching. I
Um,
think we don't have.
can you make shapes with prestidigitation?
Little, well, it's
I think that's more,
more
like
minor
minor illusion,
illusion.
isn't it?
You know, let's see here.
these aren't
you make
silence.
a
You'll have
color,
to be
small
doing this
mark or a
real
symbol
subtly.
appear? There's a
What are you
color,
trying-
a
what are you
small
trying to
mark
do?
or a symbol. And I'm trying
Prestidigitation
to-
can alter like the shape of like smoke rings and things like that. So theoretically, yeah. What are you trying to do?
trying to make a heart shape or something to give Godfrey a hand here. Like
Can you
either
make me
from the
make me a
smoke.
deception roll to like kind of or a stealth roll to cast this real
I
quiet.
think you can make puffs of smoke with prestidigitation.
You can
Yeah.
you can shape them too. You can do Gandalf smoke rings and things like that with it.
Does have a verbal component.
It does. That's why I'm
Cast
making him make a stealth
prestidigitation.
check to see if he can be like,
Right.
I'm not casting a spell at all.
Yep.
Deception is okay.
Okay, well,
Let's
give me
do
the roll.
deception.
and Kelara, what's your passive perception? You're going to be the difficulty to beat.
20.
Oh,
20.
Come on. Come
I'm
on.
observant too,
Just hold on.
just like you.
Well, shucks. I get +8, but I rolled a 2.
So
The
10.
question is if you beat Godfrey's.
Godfrey, what's your passive?
Everyone's is higher than 10. Come on.
Yeah, mine's
I
the
got an
lowest and
8.
it's 11.
Well,
15.
15. Okay. So you'll hear like a little bit of muttering nearby from Aurontiros, and suddenly the fireplace is going to just arc a bit, and the flames are going to take on a slightly like heart-shaped bulbous angle for a minute before they kind of like little hearts are going to erupt from it in smoke. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Godfrey will kind of look back at the mumbling elf
His
Just
eyes are
quickly and then-
shut.
and just
Heal.
what
Pick your move. In Salamnik. In Salamnik.
Maketh
he's gonna
thy
cough
move.
that. Maketh thy move, brethren. Does Kelara speak Salamnik?
Yes! I think she's just gonna start laughing.
Dang. I thought we had secret language for a second.
She's gonna turn to be like, Aurontiros, you're not very stealthy.
clearly lying. Godfrey is just like, I don't know what you're talking about, and try to awkwardly put his arm around Kelara.
I'll allow it. And she'll tell him in Solomonic, I'm sure you absolutely do.
Oh, he'll just break out laughing at that point.
You taught me when you were last here. Do you expect me to have forgotten?
No, no, I remember. I'll look back at Aurontiros and just be like, in Solamnic, thanks. But he'll keep his arm there if it's allowed.
Yeah, Kalara's not gonna push it off. You probably still have a little ways to go with her. But...
As you cuddle up against each other, Aurontiros, you'll kind of just sit there going, focusing, letting them have their moment. And then your ears will twitch. You hear the sound of scraping, just barely audible on the other side of the rise. You're camped on the cliff face, with your backs to the cliff for protection. You can hear the tick, 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 loud in your elven ears coming up the cliff face. Kelara, it's beyond your perceptions. But Aurontiros, with your 25, you are going to hear something coming up the cliff face. You've got about 6 seconds. 1, 2, 3. What do you do? 4.
Whistle.
Okay. Do you stand up? Okay. With that, Aurontiros is suddenly going to shoot to his feet and whistle loudly, waking all of you from your slumber. That is going to be...
I got my staff from where it's put down on the ground beside me.
That is going to be a surprise round of the sleeping ones, as suddenly, over the edge, the firelight is going to catch the shining chitin of 6 giant spiders cresting the rise as they rear up on the camp. I need an initiative roll from everyone.
Ah, womp womp.
Ooh. Maybe the spiders shall save me from my embarrassment.
Riz, I will not have cast Mage Armor on you again.
Yep.
Because
go
it,
back.
yeah,
Yeah.
so just so you know. I'm going to try and do it first round, but we're going to see.
Yep.
Well, the first round, you're still waking up from sleep, so you'll be able to be
the
awake.
first round I can act.
First round you can act. Okay, go. All right, so pop all of your initiatives in the chat. These spiders are doing pretty well. Levna. Oh, Levna, you were doing so well. Okay, so checking initiative, I have Riz at a 23, followed by Kelara and Aurontiros. Followed by Giant Spider number 1, followed by... You guys actually did really well, I'm proud of you. Followed by Godfrey, followed by Hazeal, followed by Giant Spider 2, 3, 4, 5, and Levna at the bottom. They have higher decks than she does, and however, quick reminder, she's not in armor right now, because sleeping in armor is bad. Quick check if anybody was sleeping in their armor or took it off when they went to sleep, is probably good
Probably
to
kept
know.
mine on, because I think mine is supposed to specifically be comfortable.
Yes, Mithril is. So, and Godfrey, you probably put yours on for watch.
I was just gonna ask. I think
Mage
that's only
Armor
fair.
for the win.
Mage armor for the win.
Right now Riz is at, because I don't have the bonus of leather armor to get the mage armor, so base unarmored is 10 plus dex, right?
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
I think so, yeah. So
Yeah.
Riz is 14 armor class right now.
Okay.
I'm a little push.
Over the edge of the cliff, you're going to hear as 6 giant spiders, each the size of a horse, is going to climb over the edge. Its front, what am I thinking of? Grippers, talons, claws, teeth? Mandibles. It's mandibles gnashing at you. They're going to come over the edge almost in waves, kind of in a V formation as they head over the way. Does your bardic versatility take you above Riz, Aurontiros?
21.
Okay. So that means that you're going to go before...
But not above Riz.
Yeah, you're going to... So, Rizira, you're going to wake up and get to your feet, and that's going to be around... You're going to have the surprise condition. because you're just waking up this round. Aurontiros, you are first. You whistle, and one of them is coming up the rise. You were camped about 20 feet from the edge. Obviously, you didn't want to accidentally roll over in your night and just go, wah, off the edge. So one of these giant spiders is cresting. You can see the barest hint of dawn kind of illuminating along its chitinous figure. What do you do? Oh god,
geez.
they're lined up in a row along the edge.
All the spiders
Yeah.
kind of like coming across at the same time.
Coming across pretty similar, kind of like they're set up like a bowling, like bowling pins. They're coming over in a swarm, so I think I know what I would do.
How close are they to each other?
They are 10 feet wide each, so they're basically in a line, the way they're coming over. Oh well, they're spiders. They don't have good tactics.
Okay. And how far away are they from
They are
us?
20 feet from the sleepers, 30 feet from you.
Shoot. Spiders, huh?
Spiders.
Okay, let's... You miss every... Gonna do my elven thing, and I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals and
Okay.
move closer to those that were sleeping.
Okay.
What elf has 35 speed?
Sounds good.
So, yeah, I can...
You can absolutely. It's just 10. They're just 10 feet away from you, so you can just step across the fire with easy grace.
What would I say to a spider?
The spiders advance. What do you say to them?
Spider brethren, halt your step. We are not your enemies.
First one says,
Well, you're wrong.
all right.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
You can make me an intimidation check with disadvantage.
All right.
If you're gonna get out of here.
Sometimes one must go with what's funny rather than... Oh, okay, 16 and 18.
Oh damn.
This is intimidation.
Yeah.
16. That's my highest skill, intimidation. 27.
Okay. You know what?
Ooh.
As you say, go on, get in spider language. Two of them, the two that are on the southernmost flank of the wall, are going to just peel off and climb back down, not expecting there to be 6 of you up here, and not expecting you to be able to speak to it. It gets this instinctive fear and just goes, because I rolled real bad on my wisdom saves for that. They're going to peel away, and 2 of them are going to escape. So, way to do that non-combatantly. Kelara, you are, however, not surprised due to Aurontiros because you were not sleeping. What do you do?
Mm-hmm. So they're still coming.
4 of them, yes.
How far away are they from me?
They are about 30 feet away from you at the beginning of the round.
Okay. In that case, then, I think she's intelligent to recognize that Levna is unarmored in that moment and make a quick decision. So Shield of Faith to give her at least +2 AC.
Okay.
A little extra. I'm pretty sure that's all it does. It's just +2. Yeah. And then I guess, since they're not close enough for the other one, one of them needs to make me a dex saving throw.
Okay. We'll say that it is not the one in the dead center. It needs to make a dex save.
Yeah.
That's going to be a 20.
All right, it succeeds then.
Okay, I will spend a something good happens, though, because it's not expecting this. That is a 6 on the reroll.
Oh, did you give it disadvantage?
I spent something good happens to give it disadvantage.
Okay, excellent. Excellent done. Holy, I'm at 6th level now. This goes up. That is going to be 7 radiant damage.
7 radiant damage.
As flame-like radiance descends upon it.
Okay. The first giant spider is wreathed in radiant fire. It's going to let out that horrible insect scream that you have heard in so many movies that I can't do because I just did voice acting today.
Yeah,
so, you know, the one.
Yep.
And it's going to scream, and it is its turn. It is going to angrily turn toward you and is going to make an attack roll on you. It's going to just like lift its thorax up and is going to fire web at you. Is your armor class 16?
No, it's 18.
Okay, well, too bad I had to hurt them more. Let's try that again. Okay, well, then it's definitely not a 6 then. Okay, so web is going to, and it's going to cast into the fire, which I'm going to spend a drama bomb and have the webbing hit the fire and explode, casting smoke all around the clearing. Everyone is at partial blindness from the smoke. Even if you have dark vision, you're going to be coughing and having difficulty seeing. Godfrey, it is your turn.
Okay, if Kalara's okay with it, I would like to sort of switch positions with her and use bait and switch, just to make sure that she's protected a bit.
Okay.
If that works, you gain
Yeah,
4 Furies.
I think she did the original kind of like shield on one hand, staff in the other, like smack them down to cast the flame-like radiance.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that Godfrey's doing this by just basically like stepping in front and kind of pushing her back and taking point.
Yeah.
Yep. If that's all right, and he'll just be like, "Oh, sorry, excuse me," and try and step in front of you, and you will gain 4 to your armor class until my next turn.
Ooh.
From me doing that, and then I will try and move towards a spider if I can kind of see where they are throughout the smoke, and then try and attack.
Okay, moving through, you'll be able to see you. The one that is still lit up by Kalara's radiant blast is going to be visible. You can make an attack roll on it without disadvantage.
Awesome. Will do. Nat 20.
God, here we go. All right, do it to me. Let's do it.
Right, so that's not the best roll in the world. So that will be 14.
14. It's going to try to catch you with its mandibles. You're going to slash down, cutting one of its mandibles directly off, and as well as 2 of its legs. It's going to teeter on its oozing legs and kind of lash out, trying to catch you in its mandibles. I'm going to spend a hurt them more to have it make a reaction attack.
Okay.
And it's not going to be able to. It's going to lash out and is going to catch the edge of your shield instead, kind of dragging its one remaining mandible down, leaving a trail of acid. Oh, not acid, pardon me, a trail of venom down the side of it.
Nice. Oh, thank you, Ispen. And then I'll use my second attack and try and finish it off.
All right, go ahead.
Ooh. 15.
15 is going to be a hit. How do you want to do this?
Yeah. You said it's kind of trailing by the edge there?
Yeah, it's definitely trailing by the edge.
I'm going to just kind of backhand it with the sword and try and push it off the edge with that. Like, just kind of like smack it and knock it down and just kind of have the body fall over the edge.
Okay, it's going to shriek as it's going to fall on the rocks, and it's too dark to see, but you can definitely hear a very satisfying down below on the rocks as it, you imagine the gallons of green goo that splatter the rocks below.
Why does it have to be spiders? And I'm done.
Okay. Hazeal, you're going to start to wake up. Choking smoke fills the area that you're in. And you are going to be surprised, but you're going to be able to get up and gather your things and kind of, what's going on? Okay, so shooting into the fire. Okay, Kelara just did that. Godfrey, you are on the edge. One of the spiders is going to lunge at you, and that is going to be, that's a 19. Is that enough? Cool.
That's a no.
Okay, one of them is going to kind of pounce and is going to lunge forward, kind of embedding its front mandibles in the side of your shield, kind of catching the edge of it. Like you're starting to pull it down a bit, but you're holding strong against it. Another one is going to kind of rush you from the side, and you are going to deftly step out of the way. Damn, you're good. That's a high AC. Another one of them is going to turn and seeing Aurontiros scaring off its friends is going to raise its abdomen again and fire, and that is going to be a 24 to hit Aurontiros. Aurontiros, I need you... actually, I don't need you to do anything. You are going to see a length of web shoot out of this thing's abdomen and wrap around your legs, entombing you like a sleeping bag, and is going to pull you off its feet and start to drag you toward the edge. All right. There is one remaining spider, and it is going to rush through the center of the camp and is going to charge Hazeal. Hazeal, there's blinding smoke here. These guys have blind sight, though, so they'll have advantage on their attack against you.
Cool, they're gonna hit me.
Okay, actually, 15?
Yep. My
Okay.
AC is 12 without mage armor.
Okay. You are going to take 2 points of piercing damage as this giant spider reaches over and bites into the side of your leg, and are going to need to make me a constitution save. You're going to have advantage on the... you're not going to have advantage on the save. You will have resistance on the damage if you fail.
That's a nat 1.
Oh, yeah. Holy shit, really? Okay. Yeah. All right, so that's going to be... It's going to cancel your resistance as a dwarf. So the bite is going to pump into your leg. It's honestly not as bad as it could be. I rolled really poorly. You're going to take 4 points of poison damage, and... yeah, that's all that's going to happen, actually, because you are not at 0 hit points. You're going to take 4 points of poison damage as it kind of pumps into your leg. You're going to start to feel sickened. Levna is going to get up, just dressed in her sleeping clothes, grab her greatsword. What the hell did I miss? And top of the initiative, Riz, it is your turn. The smoke is still blinding. It's starting to clear, but it's not going to clear till after Kalara's turn. You'll have disadvantage on sight-based actions inside of here. If you rush to the edge of the cliff to go help Godfrey, you will not have that. But you'll have to leave Hazeal alone for that.
Mm-hmm. So, just a quick
Sure.
overview of the camp of where the spiders are.
Totally. So take a look at my hands, okay? My fingers, so bottom is the cliff, okay?
Okay.
Godfrey is down here with 2 spiders on either side of him, okay? Another one is over here and has webbed Aurontiros and is starting to drag him toward the edge. Where you are right here, a giant spider has charged. So a giant spider is right now is right next to you and Levna, and is on Hazeal, and then on the other side of the fire is Kelara.
Okay, cool.
So you will have an opportunity attack if you try to run away from this spider, because it is inside of range of you.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned at Godfrey doing that. So I see Levna with the greatsword and Hazeal, and I'm like, you got this, Levna? And Hazeal's
What?
Hazeal's just like, go. Okay, so bonus action disengage, and I will run to the spider that is reeling in Aurontiros and take a wait, it's not dawn yet. Bonus action Misty Step with my cape.
You used it. You used it yesterday. You used it to be. You used it to jump. To jump up on Dalamar.
Yes, right. Yes, that's true.
So you'll try to whip the cape around and nothing will happen, and you're like,
Yeah. Fine. I forgot. I thought there was another day of travel in there. Sorry, my bad.
That's okay. You know what? I can spend if something good happens to say that it's dawn enough.
No, because then I'll use it for waste it for the day. No, I don't want to do that. I was hoping to sneak an extra one before this rest was out.
You want to just risk it, see if you can get past me?
I took disengage, so that's fine.
Okay.
Bonus action, rogue you. I was trying to get advantage on the attack. What I was trying to do. But yeah, no, I've disengaged. So yeah, I'll just make an attack with my rapier at the spider that's
pulling down his shield. Oh, that's going after Aurontiros? All right, so dancing through the center of the camp, the one that is kind of pulling Aurontiros toward the cliff, make me an attack roll. Alternatively, you can make an attack roll against the spider, or you can cut the web as your attack action.
No, I think Riz is going for the spider.
Going for the spider? All right, give it to me.
Mm-hmm. Come on, baby. Come on, crit. Come on, crit. Nope, that's not great. Does a 14 hit?
A 14 hits. Roll me damage.
Sweet. All right, I'm still at 3d6. Doop and a d8. Doop, 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 doop. Oh, that's pretty excellent there. 21 plus 4 is 25 piercing damage.
25 piercing damage. How do you want to do this?
Yes, that's what I was hoping for. So Riz is going to can we say that Riz kind of almost leaps up onto the spider's head and then just takes a rapier and just shoves it and rides it down and just also cuts the web. Just how great her aim is. It's just like sing down.
That's super good. Yeah, it's gonna kind of stumble and teeter. You're kind of holding onto it. I'm spending my last drama bomb. Make me a dex save.
Oh, okay.
As the spider, still in death throes, begins to pivot and bumbles back toward the edge of the cliff and falls off, with you still on it.
Sounds great. 19.
19, okay. You are going to be able to jump off, basically just hitting the edge of the cliff. You're going to knock some of the rocks off the edge of the cliff as you land. All right, anything else with your turn?
That is it. Bonus action, move, and attack.
Yep.
So yeah, no, Riz is all good.
All right, Aurontiros, you are presently restrained. With restrained, I always mix up restrained, guys. It's one of my weaknesses. I believe it's you cannot move. You can use. Let's see. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and speed becomes 0. Cannot benefit from that. You have disadvantage on dex saves, and attack rolls. Incoming have disadvantage, or from me have advantage. Outgoing have disadvantage. So you're wrapped up, you can still act. And spells are not affected.
Right.
So you've got a cocoon of webs around your legs and waist.
Am I able to use my attack action to use my longsword and try to...
Yep, you can absolutely cut yourself free.
All right, I'm going to cut myself free.
Okay.
And stand, if I can do that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It'll take half your move, so you have about About 17 feet of movement left.
Any spiders in the way? What do we got left? There's one fell, one got.
So one fell.
Off
There
cliff.
are 2 spiders on Godfrey, and that is it. You know what? I'll say that because you weren't being grappled by a spider, I'll spend a something good happens to say that you could kind of just as a free action cut the bonds of the web since you weren't being grappled by it anymore. Stand up and you could shoot at the ones that are on Godfrey or do anything else you'd like. You'll have an action and a bonus action remaining.
And the one on Hazeal?
The one on Hazeal was oh, you're right. Pardon me. There are 3 left. What am I saying? My life is
dang.
chaos. So there are 3 left.
Hazel just murdered it. I don't know what to tell you. Secret rolls over here. I don't know.
Yes.
Or was one of the ones that Riz just knocked over one of the ones around Godfrey?
Pardon me one moment. Sorry, there's one on Godfrey, and then there is one on Hazeal remaining, is what I meant to say.
All right. Glance at Godfrey, glance at Hazeal. Godfrey's, he can eat these things for breakfast. So is going to leap into the smoke after freeing himself and still wielding the longsword, going to slice up its legs while saying to Hazeal, in his broken dwarven that he's been trying to learn, 8 legs just make them easier to hit. And gonna try to slice its thorax.
Sounds good. Make me an attack roll with
and,
disadvantage because of the smoke.
The stunt was just smoke. The stunt was just using my bonus action to inspire Hazeal.
Sounds good. So Hazeal can take that D8. A D8 with Aurontiros.
All right.
How'd you do on your roll?
That was disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
14.
14 is what you needed. Make me damage.
Give me a D8. Oh, an 8. Plus 4.
Plus 4?
So
Okay.
12.
12 points of damage is really good. You are going to leave a deep and lasting cut in the back of this one. It is still up, but it is badly wounded. You are going to see the smoke begin to clear as you slash through, and bits of its guts are starting to fall onto the ground from your deep wound. All right, so Kelara, it is your turn.
Okay.
There's one directly in front of you that Aurontiros has just slashed that is bit into the side of Hazeal. And there is another one that Godfrey is engaged with on the edge that I mistakenly said was 2, but it is just one that is kind of pulling his shield down with its mandibles, trying to like reach over and grab him with its extra legs.
Okay. How far away is that from me?
That is 30 feet from you.
30 feet, and the one next to me is literally right next to me?
It's like 10 feet, and it's basically on the other side of the fire from you.
Okay. So then I would like to use Solidarity's action.
Okay.
I would like to kick a piece of the fire towards the one that Godfrey's fighting to distract it and give him the help action. And then I'm going to turn and use my magic staff to bonk the one that's fighting Hazeal over the head.
Okay. Go ahead. So that's going to give Godfrey...
What?
I'm sorry? Quarterstaff is a D6.
So I'm going to give it an attack.
Okay.
With that. That is 18 to hit.
That is going to hit. Roll me damage.
That is 5 damage.
5 damage, and that's with your strength added in?
My strength is +1, so yes.
Nice. All right, so you're going to like bring your staff down as you like rush forward and boot this this like mostly burned log. It's gonna go sail
Just
over.
Like flare up and like startle it a little.
It's gonna sail the 25 feet away from the fire over Hazel's head, and is gonna like smash into the side of Godfrey's shield, sending embers into the spider's face. It's gonna go and kind of pull back and startled. and you're going to go wham, hit the other one. That means it's Godfrey's turn. Godfrey, it is distracted. And you have advantage on your first attack against this thing.
Perfect. I'm going to now. I just want to double check. Is Riz on the other side of me now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to bait and switch with Riz.
Okay.
So that now she's there and has only +2 to your AC.
You know, that's something.
And then I will step forward and stab at it.
Okay.
And that will be a 19.
It's going to be a hit.
Oof, 9 damage.
9 damage is pretty solid.
And then for a second attack, hey Riz, do your thing.
Yes.
Okay, so how do you do this? I need to know. So like you take a step back, Riz kind of like swings around, you slash out at it, and then what do you do? Does like Riz just do you like pull Riz between your legs like a dance move? Does she jump over your back? Like how does this work? Does she do you kind of slash down and then she runs up your back and jumps on?
Yeah.
That sounds perfect. I was thinking like maybe slide between the legs and like stab up at it, but that's awesome. Uppies.
But no, uppies.
Uppies. It's
Okay.
uppies time.
You will have advantage on, or pardon me, you will not have advantage, but you will be able to sneak attack on this.
Yes. So that's gonna be an 18 plus 7 to hit.
That is an absolute hit. Roll me damage.
Remember, you get an extra D8 on that too.
I do. Oh.
And it's sneak attack.
Yes, I am rolling many dice.
Yeah,
That's
if
lovely.
if this thing survives this attack, this is the Spider King. And it will escape and regroup if you...
Okay though. I had 5 dice to roll.
Yep.
I rolled 3 ones,
Okay.
a 2, and a 3. So that is 12 points of damage.
It is the Spider King.
That was so wah, wah.
Okay, so you are going to leap forward and are going to jump on its back, stabbing into it. So you are on top of this spider right now. It is going to thrash around. I'm going to spend a hurt them more to try to grab you with my many, many legs. And what's your AC?
It's 16 right now.
Okay, it's going to reach up and grab you with a 19.
Oh no.
And I need a contested strength check.
Oh
Not
no.
so fast, webbed scum. Cutting words makes his legs split because
Okay.
speak to animals is still active.
Okay.
So he's insulting it using.
Now,
cutting
can
words
you...
on this guy.
That's a reaction to use cutting words, right?
Yes.
Okay, so roll me.
It just
That's
uses
one of
a
your bardic uses.
inspiration.
So yeah, give me.
So that takes a D8 from its attack,
So I was at a 19.
and you're at a only 3. Dang.
Oh, that
Okay, so that's a
just
16.
That
Okay.
means
To
it.
try.
Was that including the +2 to your AC?
Yeah, I was at 14 before because I'm unarmored right now. So, I
Okay,
was
so
at
it is going to
14.
hit you. But
Alright.
now let's do a contested strength check.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm going to spend a hurt them more to reroll that.
I'm gonna spend determination to add +3.
I'm going to spend a hurt them more to reroll that. Riz, I need you to make me a dexterity save with disadvantage. I got a
don't
nat
know what I
20.
rolled though. Oh, you got rolled nat 20. Okay.
I rolled a nat 20.
Fuck.
Unless... Oh, no, you just used your reaction. Never mind.
Yep. Dex save with disadvantage, eh? Alright.
Yep.
Alright. Oops, there's a dice that fell down. Okay, I rolled an 11 and a 12, plus 7 is 18 for my dexterity.
18. All right. Riz, you're going to jump onto its back. It is going to and lash out and is going to catch you with one of its legs and is going to hit you and push you 10 feet. You are going to tumble over the edge and vanish from your companion's sight, tumbling down into the cliff face. Godfrey,
Rizira!
Godfrey, that is your turn. Hazeal.
Does she vanish instantly?
You may use your reaction.
Give me a sec here, because I need to double check the distance on this.
I believe it's 60 feet or 120 feet. You're within range for Featherfall.
Featherfall reaction on Riz.
All right.
So at least you won't take falling damage.
Okay. Riz, I'll cut to you, back to you after drama's sake. So Hazeal, you're going to cast that as a reaction, and it is your turn now. This spider is biting into the side of your leg.
So yeah, basically I'm going to shout out the quick spell for Featherfall, and then turn back to the spider and just stick my hand in its face and cast Vampiric Touch.
Oh, I was not expecting that. Okay. That's an attack roll.
Give me back my hit points, bitch.
All right, give me. Is that an attack roll or a save for me on Vampiric Touch? I can't remember.
It's a melee spell attack, I believe.
Okay, all right, give it to me. The smoke is cleared. So.
Cool. I'm just going to double check. Yeah, melee spell attack. I'm going to spend the Bardic because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's better. That is a 17.
17 is going to be more than enough to hit. Roll me damage.
Fantastic.
And you get half as much back in hit points, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. That is 13.
Holy crap. That's good, because it only had 7 hit points, so it couldn't give you back more than that. You are going to touch it, and all of you who are right next to the spider are going to watch it kind of let out this horrifying screech as it begins to kind of compress on itself, like all of its organs are being vacuumed out into Hazel's hand. As it distorts and then just splats against the ground. All right.
So I get 6 back, right? Which is exactly how many I
You get 6 back. All right, cutting across the way. It is, unless you do have another action you'd like to use.
Nope, that's it.
Okay. It is the last giant spider. The giant spider is going to turn to Godfrey and is going to. You are right next to it. I'm gonna roll for something real quick. Okay. Oh, it's probably not worth it. It's just gonna try to bite you, I think. Godfrey, it's gonna turn and is going to dodge under and is going to bite you solidly on the stomach with a nat 20.
Ooh. All right.
Okay, let's do this. That's gonna be. Oh, damn. That's gonna be 15 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make me a con save.
All right. Con save is 21.
21's good. You are going to take 10 points of poison damage.
Okay, so 25 in total.
25 in total, if I'm not mistaken.
Perfect.
As it bites you in the stomach, and is going to try to skitter over the edge to get out of your range at this point. Assuming that you are poisoned. It is probably wrong. You may make an opportunity attack.
Okay, that will be a 25 to hit.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a hit. There's a chance you could roll a 1 on your
16 damage.
Okay, that is not the chance. All right, and it's going to try to dart away, but as it heads over the edge, you are going to slash your sword down, beheading it, and it's going to tumble over the edge. And with that, all of the spiders in the clearing are dead. Levin is going to look around and go, "What the fuck just happened?"
I don't know.
I'm gonna look over the edge and be like, Rizira!
Yeah, Kalara's gonna dart for the edge to see if.
As you rush
Hoping
to
that
the
she's hanging on.
Rushing over to the edge, you are going to see about 20 feet down the crevasse, Rizira is just hanging on to a bit of like scrub brush that's sticking out the edge, kind of just dangling over a 200-foot drop.
If someone could just set her up, that would be great. I mean, it's a pretty nice view, but I feel like if I fall, it would probably kill me. So I think I would rather not do that, as much fun as it seems.
I go back to my backpack and start getting some rope.
All right.
Very, very quickly and frantically.
Honestly, you're doing pretty well, Rizira. You're pretty lightweight right now.
Yeah.
You were gonna be able to grab this thing anyway, but then you floated down and were like, hey, this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Down beneath you, you can see at least 2 splattered spiders on the rock as the dawn begins to break. A rope will slap down next to your face a moment later.
She'll grab it and start climbing up, and then like give it a tug. Do.
Is she still feather light? You could just
She's still very light from Featherfall.
And also
I'm actually gonna say, because I forgot about this, and I know someone's gonna call this out on the YouTube when it gets posted. I accidentally cast 2 concentration spells, so I think cast Featherfall, she managed to grab it, and then I let go of Featherfall to cast Vampiric Touch, so she's not Featherlight anymore.
Okay, she's not Featherlight anymore. Sounds good. So she's like, just enough to like, because falling is instantaneous, that's gonna be really good, because otherwise she would have fallen 500 feet and around, I believe. That is the math.
Right.
So that's good. All right, cool. So she's still 30 pounds, guys. So it's a very light thing. So you pull Riz over the edge, and Levna's gonna look around and be like, "We won, right?"
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Is it my watch?
Oh, it's not a great way to be woken up.
I think it's morning now. And Kalara's gonna start checking on people. Because several people got bitten, as far as I recall.
Yeah, Godfrey has like a little punch in the front of his armor. Well, actually, in the break in the waist, there is a little bit of blood and ooze dripping down it.
Okay.
Oh, check on everyone else first. I can still stand. I'm good for that. I mean, I do want the help, but make sure everyone else is okay first.
Oh my god, this guy.
Godfrey, everyone else is okay.
Everyone's fine.
Yeah.
But you have green and red coming out of you.
Yeah, kid, you shouldn't have that color coming out of you. Or going into you.
Okay.
Green is a bad color.
Mm-hmm.
I will sit down.
Good.
Is anybody actually poisoned?
No.
No. Excellent. Okay. How many people are hurt?
Just Godfrey at this point.
Just Godfrey.
I completely healed myself with Vampiric Touch.
The only damage I have is from the frickin' boomerang. So I'm 3
Riz
hit
is her
points
own worst
down.
enemy.
Yeah, mine.
I am at 39 of 72.
Ooh.
That boomerang.
So, Kelara, are you gonna just like have Godfrey sit down, or are you gonna do it while he's standing, kind of kneel in front of him? Like, what's going on here?
I'll probably make him sit.
Okay.
Suck the poison out.
Don't suck the poison out, guys. It doesn't work.
No?
Or does it?
All right,
It's
so you're
being
about
very
40 down then, it sounds like? Hit points?
He's
Like you're
25
about
down.
half.
Yeah.
Oh, 25 down. Okay.
He also took the
8.
8 from the boomerang, so
Yep.
Okay.
Suck the poison out through the lips. That's the wholesome way to do it. Also, very roundabout way to do it, chat. Let's just drag this through
did
the
it.
entire system.
You gotta pull it up through the wound, up through the butt. Yeah, that works.
No.
That's how
See,
it
I
works,
think there's
right?
a different, easier way if you were gonna suck something out.
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
We're mature.
What is that?
Go
on.
It's through hand holding.
The toes.
Explain like I'm elf.
The toes.
Oh,
Sock
okay.
toes.
The other direction.
Yeah.
Through hot chocolate. Yeah.
That'll be 22 points returned.
Awesome. Thank
As I
you.
cast Cure Wounds at a 2nd level.
I'm gonna boil some water. Does anybody else want tea? I could use some
I was
tea.
gonna say, could I get some rest? I've only had like a few hours.
Yeah.
I'll take this watch. You all go back to bed. We'll leave at the crack of noon.
Excellent. Hazel goes and passes back out.
Yeah.
All right.
Riz joins.
Actually,
Can I go back
before
to
she
sleep?
does,
Can I return that spell slot?
If you rest for 8 hours, yes.
Damn it.
What is the time?
Probably
before
about.
Hazel goes to sleep, she is casting mage armor on herself and Riz.
Okay.
She's twin spelling it.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
So it's about probably 4:30 in the morning right now. It's dawn is breaking over the horizon. So you actually can't long rest twice inside of a 24-hour period. But so anybody who spent spells, those are spent unless you're taking your long rest right now.
So for like Riz and myself, who had gone to sleep but hadn't gotten the full long rest, does this count as our?
I will spend
long
the
rest?
so last something good happens to say that yours will reset.
Cool.
So, but Kelara will be down those 2 spells, or that 1 spell, I guess.
1 spell.
1 spell.
I'm going
whatever.
to take the benefits of a
That
short
one was
rest,
canceled.
though.
Sounds good. With that, you're all going to bandage yourselves up, take a brief rest. And Levna is going to take watch, just brew herself a cup of tea and go, spiders, man, spiders. And sip her tea as she watches the dawn rise. And I think that's where we're going to take our break for the night. So folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick break. Hello and welcome back. This is the part of the program where we'll briefly talk to the chat. So folks, we did it, Dork Tales Expo. Yay! That was real good. Let's put like 6 minutes on the clock. I think it's a pretty quick chat session tonight. We got lots of stuff to do. So hello everybody and welcome all you new patrons at patreon.com/dorktales. And all of you regulars. What up? It's good to be here. Also, the Adventure Corp just rated us, so hello, good to see you. So folks, hope you had some fun with that romantic drama and the yeeting off the edge. I burned so many Hurt the Moors doing random encounter checks at the beginning of the night. I'm like, I was just, we got the cry, we got the romance. Let's have some. I can't believe I rolled a nat 1 on this encounter check. Okay, let's spend another Hurt the Moor. Oh, there we go. That's a 9. We're slowly working our way up to actually having something happen.
I can't
so
think
that was
of anything more romantic than squashing spiders together.
I mean, that's just husband material, really. He'll squash a spider for you.
No, in all honesty, I try and take them outside, but
Yes, I know. Like
Godfrey
honestly,
doesn't like
I don't particularly love killing things. I think that you know, if I can not. But
If it
that
means
said-
getting away or releasing it, sometimes death is the only option.
sometimes death is the only cure.
Otherwise, it'll come back for you at night.
You put on the Witcher soundtrack and I'll kill anything though. When that noise hits, when that shrill like that sound hits, oh yeah,
That or like the drum song from Halo. Duh.
I think there's a lot of events. So folks, we got a bunch of cool
music.
Basically, right? One winged angel comes along, the spider like suddenly just comes back in its final form. Dun 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 dun. You gotta watch what theme songs you fight spiders to, because they will level up. We got some cool stuff that's happening. We are going to be doing Onyx PathCon in June. Now I think that's our next event, so our next big one. So we get like a month and a half off, which is really nice. What's weird though is that they're doing Onyx PathCon over Father's Day weekend, which is like, okay, that's gonna be. I mean, Jen, you and I have easy time for that.
I was gonna say they like us are in a special club.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird, but it's gonna be good. Mage is coming back this weekend, and I'm super excited for it. I have not had any time to plot it because I was working full time today on my side gig, and I have so many videos to edit before the weekend. Because I'm going to be remote working for a little while and need to have everything either done or on my laptop. So, yay! And then Robin's going to be DMing in 1 month and 2 days.
Yep. Also
Panic.
for the summer, I need to definitely relook at the schedule because a fun fact, my sister's getting married next February, and so she's doing her dress sometime in June or July, and then the bachelorette in August. So
What? She's doing her dress fitting 6 months early?
Well, buying a dress.
Is that what you have to do? I thought you bought it closer to the time because of the fit.
Oh, no.
You get it
Right,
fitted.
early. And you get multiple fitting appointments up until.
Yeah.
Who's
So I'm gonna have to
oblivious
figure
about
out-
this because you're a guy? Not to be
Yeah, I was
sexist
gonna
with that,
say,
but who's oblivious because you're a guy?
So I'm gonna have to definitely look at the schedule and stuff because she's having some. So that was come up yesterday when I was visiting my family, saying adios because I'm peacing out for a while. So that'll be fun. But yeah, so
Super
chaos
fun.
in the schedule.
Yeah, no, it's actually not that
at
bad.
the Citadel.
Panic at the Citadel for sure.
Like, I mean, guys, what do I know about that? Because like, we rent tuxes as guys, even for weddings, we'll rent tuxes. I do have it. Actually, I'm supposed to go home and visit my mom and my stepdad sometime. And because they're doing that thing where they're like, oh, we want to like maybe move to a smaller house someday. So we need you to like deal with all your stuff. You know, like that thing that parents do. Like, well, we got all your stuff from when you were in high school and when you were in college. And we got to do something with it. And I'm like, just keep it. It's mostly swords. You know, just like hang on to it. You never know. So I've got to go home and take care of that. But I do have a tuxedo. I think it's there. Or I left it at a convention. It was a cheap tuxedo. It was a cheap
sister has
tuxedo
no idea.
that does not fit me anymore.
She has no idea what she wants for her color palette, so I can't even go like find a bridesmaid's dress either.
Just do rainbow.
She might
Goes with everything.
It
She
goes
might-
with every except for the Republican Party. Yes.
Ayo.
Oh.
Ah.
Now, okay,
Alright, what?
just bear with me here, because now I'm envisioning a, bride in a white dress, black tuxedo on the groom, and then just rainbow for all of the.
And they're just a
Bridesmaid.
polycule. It's a bridesmaid like groomsman
Not even
polycule.
that, just the fact that if it's all rainbow, it all goes with each other.
Yeah.
I just have this idea with how many wigs you must have by now that you can wear a wig that matches the wedding colors.
This is true.
I totally could. Though it's gonna be somewhere hot, so I don't know if I want to do that because it's
Yeah, it's
she's
gonna
wants
be
a
like somewhere
destination
Caribbean,
wedding.
right?
It's yes.
I've never been to a destination wedding, so I'm kind of curious. Like,
This is literally my second wedding ever.
is it? I didn't go to any weddings until I turned like 28, and then there were like 27, 28, something like that, and then there were like 6 in a year. And like there was a wedding for like I went to a wedding with my ex, and it was like I had only been to a couple of weddings at that point, and it was a wedding for someone that like she was like high school friends with or something that she didn't even really know anymore, but she got invited, so we got dragged to it. It was the weirdest time, man. Like I know, great story, Kelly, but
I mean,
Go on.
I've been to 3 weddings in my entire life. One, I was 12 and I got an infected finger. 2,
At the wedding?
I don't know, somewhere in there. All I remember is that I had to go to the hospital when I came back. Because my father, just, you know, why we joke about these things. My father didn't think it was bad, despite the fact that I was very much in pain. And wouldn't take me to a hospital in Vancouver, so took me to a hospital when we got home. Then I went to a cousin's wedding where my other cousins got me at 16 drunk, so that was fun.
Yeah, that's usually what happens at that age. That makes sense.
My family was also the only people left at that wedding. By the end of it, my family's the alcoholics of the group, so that's usually what happens. And then the third wedding, I think I was in my 20s, and that was, yeah, it wasn't that bad. It was just it was another cousin, but it was a weird wedding of just
Yeah. Okay,
I've
so
been to 3 in a reception.
fair.
I was bridesmaid for one of those.
So I'll tell the chat, because all of you know this story, but the chat doesn't. I gave a bad story just now, so I'll give a good story, and that is I've been the best man at one wedding, and it's for my best college friend Dale, and you've seen him on the channel before. Basically lifetime buddy, and I was his best man, and the maid of honor was my longtime ex-girlfriend. For who we'd been together for many, many years, and then had an unamicable breakup. And that was freaking hilarious. Because like toward the end of it, you're also supposed to do like the best man and maid of honor dance. That didn't happen for obvious reasons. But also there's supposed to be this thing where whoever catches the bouquet and whoever catches the garter belt are supposed to have something, like there's supposed to be something with that.
No.
And guess who caught each one?
You guys.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. It was awkward as hell. It was the one thing we agreed on the entire weekend. We looked at each other and we're like, nope.
Well, wasn't that the one also where the hotel tried to double book?
Yeah, so that was a fun one. So
you?
my bedroom, so my room, I was sharing with the groom's brother, and we were crashing out there. And we were using my bedroom as the staging room to get dressed, right? And so on the day of the wedding, we're all in our underwear, like buttoning up our shirts, and the door opens, and there's a couple in their 50s walking in. Which, just so you know, I used to work hotels. Cal, you used to work hotels. You know how difficult it is for a keycard system to make duplicate keys unless someone really goes out of their way to screw up. Like,
yeah, and very often like it'll be like, okay, but there are other keys here.
Yep. 90% of keycard machines will do that.
Keys. And also, depending on the hotel and how easygoing it is, it's like most places are super strict about like keys. If your name isn't on the room, you're not getting a key.
Exactly, right? So though they gave
somebody whose name is on the room.
Yeah, they gave somebody else our key, our room,
Wow,
basically.
fun.
And it was good. I managed to go down and complain, and I got like $300 or $400 off the room or something like that from it, because I was like, I just was like, are you
Worth?
kidding me?
Well,
I mean, they spent like, they had the wedding at the hotel, so it was one of those things of like, seriously, like they just blew like God knows how much on this place, because it was downtown Vancouver. And you just gave, like, I have got all my filming equipment here. I've got my laptop here. I've got all of my production stuff there from like the old stuff I was trying to work on before Dork Tales. I'm like, help me out, guys.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was a big yikes. Don't do that if you're in the hotel industry. Although I've got so many fun hotel stories that I could tell at a later date. Right?
We'll have to have a
hotel off.
Behind the front desk. Behind the front desk.
I think my weirdest, this is a really super, it's not super quick, but I'm going to leave it as a teaser, was the bomb threat that got called in. My first 2 months on the job at the luxury hotel I worked at, we got a bomb threat that was called in. And it was just me by myself. I think it was actually one of my first nights by myself there. doing the overnight, and got it was the eve as the PM, got a bomb threat around like 7-8 p.m. and we had to evacuate the hotel because of that, of course, because they had to do a dog sweep, and like it turned out it was a prank phone call from some guys on Reddit who were actually trying to call a hotel of the same name in San Francisco.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So
yeah, it's like who wants to bomb this like boutique like hotel with like 20 old people in it?
Yeah, actually, a lot of young people, a lot of married, a lot of like freshly married, and that's why I've got permanent damage in some of my tendons, because it was a heritage hotel with no elevator, because you can't install one in a heritage building. And you'd get tourists that were coming from like Japan and Sweden and things like that with like, you know, those suitcases you can do like traffic humans in.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh well, yeah, and I had to be the one to carry them up. To be fair, I was literally the only dude at the front desk. Like I was the only dude that worked at the front desk, and most of the girls that worked there were like really slight, like really like 100 pounds. They were tough. Some of the toughest girls I've ever met in my life. They just like Hulk up. Oh man, it was awesome.
How many floors?
3 floors.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of switchbacking. It wasn't terrible. If we took them up the back stairwell, it was a lot easier because it was this like super tight like clock tower stairs in one of the hidden stairwells.
Yeah,
they're really easy for carrying luggage because you can put the luggage down every 3 feet, right? So it's like, but I mean that does mean that's why I've got some damage, guys. All right, but folks, I think we'll do more hotel. What do we call it? Like. Ho kiss and tell? No. Hotel and kiss? I don't know. We'll do more hotel talk later.
Scary stories for a Halloween episode of Dork Tales.
Everybody
Scary
thought my hotel was
stories.
haunted. I did have like a crazy crystal lady come down and be like, "Did you know that your hotel is haunted? I can feel the energies here, man." She was totally serious. Like she really thought we were haunted because we were a heritage building. This is the weird thing, right? You can only get that in North America, because if you go and you're like, it's like, yeah, this building's so old, I feel like someone must have died here. You do that in Europe, they're like, yes, building's been around for 500 years. Of course someone died here. Someone died here
like,
last month.
It's built on top
At
of like
minimum.
3 other layers of city.
It's like, yeah. And it's always these people like, oh, I see them, they're in old-timey clothes. Like, yeah, okay, I guess we don't have modern ghosts. Millennials are killing the ghost industry. Like,
I see a ghost and he's wearing baggy tearaways.
no, he's wearing Jinkos. He's wearing Jinko jeans.
And he has a
Jinkos.
Walkman and a skateboard and his pants says no fear.
Oh yeah, he's wearing one of them's wearing a no fear, and there's another one in a big dog shirt. You can tell the ghost, they think it's a will-o-wisp because he's got the light up sneakers.
Oh, yeah. Those are making a comeback, right?
I feel like running a Wraith the Oblivion game now. I don't know about y'all.
Hell yeah.
1990s Wraith. Let's do it. But you know what? We should go back into game, because talking about hotels and ghosts took us a little bit longer. All right. Ready for more romance, folks?
And the Spider Queen.
Spider Queen. All right. Let's head back into Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen. Hello and welcome back to Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, here on Dork Tales. You get your rest, pack up, and begin making your way through the interior. Gathering your things, you're going to be healed up enough that it's not much of a big deal. And you'll begin to make your way across the land as it hits midday. It's not particularly hot out here, but it is difficult. You'll find yourself going over rocky cliffs, over the barren landscape, over the rough terrain that is just blasted, craggy canyons. Time will pass. You'll camp again the next night. Okay. Several days pass as you continue to move through the northern wastes. You find yourselves winding along a deep canal called the Deep Draught. And as you are doing so, you're probably about 15 miles into your trek toward the first marker on your map. When, as you are making your way there, just one moment, I got to check something. Can I get a group survival roll, please? Okay. All right, so there's a 23 from Robin. Good job.
I do want to say that every 8 hours I'm casting Mage Armor on myself and Riz. Every 8 hours I'm awake anyway, which is, when I twin it, it's like 1 sorcery point. So if nothing else is happening, I'm down like 2 sorcery points in a day and have
Sounds good
10
to me.
spell slots. So
So for all that I'm super like proficient in survival, it doesn't help my nat 1.
Okay, that's going to be 2 fails for the group. That's going to be another fail for the group. And so that's going to be, a 50% failure rate with a nat 1. Let's see. And Levna is going to be the nail in the coffin.
don't think coffin.
As you make your way across the landscape, the areas that you find yourself traversing are very dry and arid. The canyons are dusty, sharp. Bits of bone stick out of the blasted canyon walls. At the base, you can see this little stream of water, no more than if someone tipped a canteen directly in front of it. A subtle wash that honestly is making your traversal easier than you think. You're heading toward the end of the afternoon of your second day of travel, when suddenly Aurontiros and Kelara are both going to hear the sound of water. I need you to roll initiative right now.
Also, I believe it's passive 20 perception, also Riz.
Oh, that's correct. Then Riz, you'll hear this as well. All right, so there is going to be the sound of sloshing headed your way. Looking around, okay, give me an initiative roll. Levna. I'm getting real sick of that 3.
Oh
Okay,
no, Hazeal.
Okay,
Hazel,
so
no. I need different dice.
make your own. Riz. Kelara. Then we've got Aurontiros. Godfrey. Hazeal. And Levna, who is tied with Hazeal. I believe she has a dex bonus of +1. But it doesn't matter when you're at a 3 or a 4. So, you are going to hear the sound of water rushing in, and as you take a look behind you, you are going to see the little trickle of water. No, I mean, the thing that was at the base of this canyon was perhaps an inch deep. But as you turn to look behind you, you're going to see feet of water rushing in. In fact, rushing in such alacrity, you are going to see, oh boy, behind you, 40 feet of water are going to start rushing through the canyon that you are working through right now. As you begin, start of the round, when the flood starts, each character and nearby creatures roll initiative. Each round, the initiative counts on 10 and 0. It rises by 10 feet. The wash is coming directly toward you. You are working your way through the canyon, which means that I can get everyone to make me a... I need everybody to make me a strength save as this rushes in. I will say everybody who has initiative above 10 may roll this with advantage because they will see this coming enough that they can start climbing quickly.
27.
27.
That turns that 4 into a 13 because of that advantage.
4 into a 13. Okay.
So are we like in initiative rounds? Or
We are
just
going into
reacting to
initiative rounds, yes.
this? Okay. I will wait until it's my turn then.
Okay, then I'll tick down then. So, Riz, you see this rushing in. What do you do?
How tall is the canyon?
The canyon
like-
that you are inside is it's about, let me just double check this real quick. 150 feet tall.
Oh Jesus! And we're walking in the bottom of it. Okay.
Ah, it was the only way through. Do you climb?
Yeah. Well. If I bonus action Misty Step, does there look like there's a rock 30, like a handhold about 30 feet up that I could try and
Sure.
bamf to?
Sure.
Okay. So I think as an object interaction, Riz is going to loop a rope in her bag around her, and then bonus action Misty Step
Okay.
to the 30 feet
So,
up and then climb.
Misty stepping 30 feet up as your bonus action. What are you going to do?
Then climb.
Then climb? Okay. So
With the
you can
rope.
climb at half your speed.
I
So
believe
that means
I'm
that you
40.
actually don't need to make that athletic, or pardon me, that strength roll, because you're going to be above the floodwater at 40 feet.
Cool. That's great because I have shit strength. So I can go. I have 30 feet, so Riz will be a total of 40 feet, 5 feet up, and she has the rope, and she's gonna say, "Hazeal, grab on." 'Cause I think that's probably as heavy as she can probably lift.
Okay. Sounds good. So tossing that down. All right. Kelara, it is your turn. The rope has been
Okay.
descended. The
Riz
flood.
is out of
Riz is above the floodwater by about 5 feet at this point, or where it will hit in just a
Okay,
moment.
so she's over 30 feet away from me though.
She is 40 feet above. She is 45 feet up.
Everybody else is within 30 feet of me though.
Yes.
I cast Water Walk. Because even if you're underwater, it will raise you to the surface at the rate of 60 feet per round. So even if somebody does get underwater, they're going to go pop up.
Okay. Casting Water Walk. You were going to
I
do
can
that.
hit up to 10 willing creatures.
Okay.
And it lasts for an hour.
That's pretty dope, actually.
I was like, yes, level 3
Damn it.
spells.
Damn it! I should have stayed.
Okay. So are you going to begin climbing or brace yourself? What are you going to do? The water wall is headed directly
So
toward
we
you.
try because I mean I think the initial hit would still move us down.
Okay. I
because
will. Yeah.
You can walk on it like it's a solid ground once you're on top.
It'll be
of the
like
water.
standing on one of those conveyor belts at the airport, basically.
Yeah, so at least we won't drown.
Yeah.
That's my
Answering that.
intent.
Yeah. All
But
right.
I'm still going to try and go for the wall and try and climb.
Sounds good. You're going to make it up about 15 feet up before this wall hits you. What was your strength save?
19.
19. Okay. You
So I mean,
are
once
going
the
to take.
water hits me, the spell's going to help raise me above the water level.
It is. You are going to take. Is it concentration for water walk?
It is not.
Nope.
Okay. You are going to take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as various bits of debris are going to smack into you as the water hits you. And are going to find yourself pulled up in the water to the top just below Riz. Aurontiros, the water is coming and is about to slam into you as well. What do you do?
So the water would be taking us west?
It would be taking you west, yeah, toward deeper into the deep drought.
Where we want to go?
It technically, yes. Do you need me to put on surfing music?
I mean, it kind of seems like with Water Walk, we can just kind of
Just use the conveyor belt.
just go.
Yeah, I
Somebody just
should've
has to grab
stayed.
Riz.
You know
someone
what?
has to grab me and fish with the Kender.
I'll allow you to, instead of making a strength check, make me an acrobatics roll to surf using
All
water
right.
walk.
Doon, 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 doon. Sweet. 25.
Okay, so the water's gonna start rushing toward you, and as Kelara's magic infuses, do you mind if I narrate for you on this? So water's gonna, it's gonna be splashing off the edges of the canyon, coming in these huge globs, and Aurontiros is gonna turn around, jump into the air, and as these, like, it's almost like gallons of water are splashing out from this front, he's gonna start just jumping up these splashes of water now that they are solid to under his feet, until he rises to the top and begins kind of hanging 10 up on it. Godfrey, it is your turn.
Wow. That is some elven bullshit. Godfrey's gonna just be
You can
like,
try to toboggan.
what? He's gonna try and climb up with Riz.
Okay, what was your strength check? 27?
27.
Okay, so you are going to be bludgeoned a bit. You're going to take a single point of bludgeoning damage as you climb up. You're going to climb 15 feet.
All right.
So you are immediately going to go bloop and are going to splash up to the top of the water. I'm going to say that you are going to be able to, you'll basically like move through the water, but are going to be able to hang on to the side near Riz.
Perfect.
Okay, and with that, we are at initiative 10, so the water is going to rise to 50 feet. Riz, you are now, as the water hits, going to be underwater. At this point, and...
Well, I thought initiative 10 it rose to 40.
No, it was at 40 feet. Like it's came in. Oh, you're right. So the initiative 10, it is crashing in. So it'll be at 0 that it hits 50. You're right. So, Hazeal, what do you do?
I cast Alter Self on myself and give myself aquatic adaptation.
Dope.
I have gills and a swim speed.
Okay. Make me a strength check with advantage.
Cool.
So if you've already rolled, just roll another one as your advantage.
Okay. Nat 20.
Okay, you are going to swim through the water like a fish, and Levna's going to turn and look at the water wall on her initiative and go, balls, and is going to roll a 2 and go as the water wall smacks into her and just
And then pop to the top of it.
Yeah, boom! It's going to like launch her like a dolphin.
I was gonna say, with my
assuming-
nat 20, can I try and like get around her to help her with her strength check or something?
You can guide her to the top of the water.
Cool. Yeah.
You can basically dolphin her up to the water like an overboard passenger of a boat.
Okay. Sounds good.
So I'm assuming Hazeal resisted the spell then.
I think so. She didn't know you were gonna cast it, and she was just kind of like, "Oh, water! I'm gonna."
I mean,
this.
you can have both Well, you can. Yeah.
Well, there's no point if you've got aquatic adaptations if you get popped to the top and can't go
Yeah,
underwater.
water breathing makes you not able to like swim.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so grabbing onto Levna and kind of coursing her down the way, Levna's going to take 6 points of damage as she's buffeted around by that. Riz, I need you to make me that strength check now as it rises to hit you.
Okie dokie. That's a 19 on the die. So
Okay.
19.
You are going to take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as bits of rock are going to buff it up against you. And Godfrey climbs up next to you and starts to put his shield up in front of you after this moment. What do you do? It's your turn.
I'm gonna climb onto Godfrey.
Okay, climbing onto
Up this
Godfrey.
time.
All right. And doing anything else?
No, because I'm seeing everyone else is seeming to like ride the water.
They are
right?
being
No one-
pushed quick. They, on initiative 10 this round, they will be 100 feet further from you. This flash flood
Yeah.
is moving fast.
Yeah, so Riz will go with Godfrey on the flood.
Okay. Kelara, you are being conveyor belted down rather quickly, but you still have time to do something. What do you do? Or do you just ride it?
I'm just gonna... Is the edge of the rope near me by any chance? That Riz was holding?
Yes.
Because I'll try and, like, tug it to get Godfrey to let go and pop to the surface.
Okay.
So that they're not underwater.
So you will pop to the surface.
It does not convey water breathing.
Kelara, can you do me a favor and make me a dex check? Acrobatics will add to this if you have acrobatics.
No, I do not have it proficient. So dex check is that, so that would be 19.
19, you are going to pull the rope up, pop to the top of the water, and are actually going to, it's moving really quickly, but you're going to be able to hold your feet under you as the water rushes by. Surfing on the water, similar to Aurontiros, not quite as good, but similar.
The 14 dex, that's not bad.
That's actually real solid. So tugging on the rope, Aurontiros, you're just going to keep riding it?
All right, so I'm looking at a dwarffish. Someone else is riding the flood.
Yep.
But we got a kender and a human hanging on the wall.
Yeah. And you're about to be moved a long ways away from them.
You should have linked arms and used like a tube or something like that. On tubing.
So what do you do?
They're good on their own. I'm gonna keep surfing this.
Surfing bird? Okay. Sounds good, because you're gonna be shot technically out of character. You move 100 feet on 0 and 10. So I'm saying that it's a flash flood. So the first round I was going gentle on you.
Hopefully there's no sharp turns.
Well, we're gonna find out in just a minute.
Oh, no.
All right, so Aurontiros, you are launched ahead as you're kind of like hanging 10. Godfrey, the rope is being tugged on as you see Kelara launch to the end of it. It's about 100 feet of rope.
Could I have inspired someone, or was I out of...
You totally could have.
Godfrey see, because they're under the water still. They were at 40 feet.
Godfrey popped to the top because you cast Water Walk on him. So,
okay.
So as soon as he was under, he would have popped up and you would have been holding onto the rope with him.
Okay, because I thought they were still under because he was clinging to the wall.
That's true. That's true. You could have just...
That's why I tugged to say, like, get up!
you know what? You're
Like,
absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So, Aurontiros, you absolutely could have given someone Bardic.
Yeah, I think he's gonna like yell out like, ha 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 ha, wipe out! And give Godfrey Bardic Inspiration Dive 1d8.
Okay. Godfrey, you are being surrounded by water as it's rushing past you, and you're going to feel the rope tug in your hand as you see Kelara kind of like rushing past you on the top layer of the flood.
All right, let go of the cliff and try to ride the wave.
Okay.
Yeah, toboggan down it.
Okay, so I want you to make me an acrobatics roll.
Is Riz riding the Godfrey? Like
Riz is riding Godfrey.
Yes, Riz is riding Godfrey. Uppies.
Uppies. So what kind of a check?
This is acrobatics.
Oof. So I'm going to use that inspiration. Thank you. And my determination. Wait, I can decide determination after, right?
You can, yeah.
All right.
And all of you have determination right now.
Let's do determination. So that will be a dirty 20.
Okay, dirty 20. You are going to whoosh, and are going to breach the water on your shield, going boof, 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 as you and Riz are thrown down water. As you are buffeting down the deep drought, you are going to hit a sharp turn up ahead. I need everybody who is riding the water in any sense, even swimming. Swimming, Hazeal, is going to give you advantage on this check, but everybody else is going to need to make me a dex save as they round this corner to angle themselves.
All right.
Levna will attempt. Levna will fail.
Oh, no.
Hazeal, you can spend your action this round assisting her if you'd like. Did you botch?
Cool, because I got a nat 20.
Oh, damn!
I don't know
doing
what is
actually
up with
really
this
well.
guy, but I like this one.
No.
I'm gonna use the determination that was just bought back for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
What did
thank
you
you.
say? What did you say, Kelara?
Dex is doing really well for me, which is really surprising because it's not my best stat.
Okay.
Same.
That's a 21.
A 21. All right. Aurontiros, what'd you get?
To do 18
Oh
as well.
no! Oh
I,
no!
Little squish.
I was so cool for most of this, and I just rolled a nat 1.
Okay, Aurontiros. So what is happening is you are being pushed down by the canyon water that is rising 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 feet up along this canyon. Kind of rushing down, you're kind of hanging out, and you can see up ahead there is a switchback where it looks like the canyon kind of forms a lightning bolt shape as it wraps around. The rest of your party, Hazeal, you are going to be able to swim around the edge, grabbing Levna as she almost goes head first into the side of the chasm. You are going to pull her to the side as she's like, holy shit! As you just screaming there. Rizira, what'd you get on your roll?
I used determination to get to 18.
To 18, you are going to make your way around the edge. You're going to take a little bit of damage from some of the debris, but it's not going to be terrible. Godfrey, you got a total of
15.
15. Okay. So, as actually, largely Riz, your success is based off of Godfrey's successes you're holding on. So, what is your save as a strength save? Since you're the one who's clinging to the back.
Me?
Yeah.
What is my success?
What
as a strength
would your
save?
what would that be if it was strength instead of dex? Was it at least a 15?
No, it was a 14.
Would you like to spend your determination?
That
Or-
was my determination.
Okay.
Can I use action surge and use my one action to do this and whatnot, but my second action to use an attack on Rizira and try and grapple her?
I will allow you to spend your action surge to grab Rizira, and don't even bother rolling. That'll be enough. Okay, so Riz, you'll kind of go whoa, and start to like fall away as a bit of Godfrey's armor kind of slips out from underneath you. Godfrey's going to lash out, grab the side of your hoopak, strapped to your back, and is going to like kind of pull you back under him as you're headed on the way. Kelara, you are going to be holding top, going ooh, still holding a good check because Kelara, you got a what on your check?
21.
21. Yeah, okay. All right, so Godfrey, you are going to get buffeted around a bit. You're going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage just from the water kind of knocking you around. Riz, you're going to take 2 points. Kelara, you're going to take 4 points, or pardon me, 5 points. Hazeal is going to take half of half, 1 point. And then I'm because you have a swim speed, I'm giving you resistance on the bludgeoning damage because you're swimming with it.
Fair. It is a
and
concentration spell, but I rolled a 16, so.
a 1's not gonna hurt you. I'm thinking 11 is gonna take 4, and Aurontiros, as you're holding on the edge, you're gonna see your allies whiz by, and you're like, "Hey, pretty good!" And then you're gonna look up and see that the water is going to smash into the side of the chasm, and as it does, a bit of old eroded rock is going to go. It's going to break away from the wall and fall directly in front of you. I need you to make me a dex save immediately. You're going to take some damage, but whether or not you can kind of dodge out of the way is going to see how bad this is. I'm sorry, I
You're
can't hear you.
muted.
I am muted. 26 on my dex save.
26. Okay, you're going to take half damage from this, which is good because it's 66 damage. Okay, so that's going to be
All right,
6,
what do we
10. No, honestly, not that bad. This giant, and I'm talking about the size of a school bus, slab of rock is going to go, and is going to crash directly in front of you. You're going to smash into it, find yourself going underwater. Kelara's spell is going to go, and you're going to emerge from the water, taking 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you're sputtering and kind of. And with that, you all are going to be pushed and rushed through, and I need one last check for me. Everybody, please make me one last dexterity check this time. Not save, check. Levna actually did something for once.
So what adds to a dex check?
Just your dexterity.
Just the dex
Cool.
mod?
Just the dex mod.
Okay, so basically a save.
Can
It's
Levin
ba-
help me
although-
this time?
What's that?
Cal,
Levna will use her action surge to help you.
I rolled a 5, so that's a 7.
So, okay. Well,
I
you'll have.
rolling
Did
dex
you
or
roll with
strength
advantage
again?
because you have swim seed?
Oh, no, I didn't.
So please do that. Rizira, what did you ask?
Well, you asked me about a strength save last time, so am I doing strength or dex?
This is going to be dex this time. So thank you for confirming.
Okay. Yeah.
Up to a 17. With the
Up to a 17.
advantage.
That is going to be enough. All right. So
I'm
looking at
going
this.
to use my determination and get a 16.
Okay, that is going to be good. And all right, and so let's see. I have Hazeal with a 17. I have Riz with a 17. I have Godfrey with a 17. I have Kelara with a 19. I have Levna with a 16, and I have Aurontiros with a 10.
I'm gonna use
Aurontiros,
determination. I don't know
Okay,
if it'll
you're-
help, but
13?
doing it. So it's
Okay.
13.
Well, that you do get half your proficiency bonus from Jack of all trades because it's still a ability check.
That's true, which means that's going to be a 14.
It's 14.
14 is pretty good. All right. With that, you were going to be pushed. You've been riding this for what feels like about a minute, maybe 30 seconds. It's so hard to tell time. And as you are pushed toward the canyon, you're going to see the canyon is going to kind of slope upward again, almost like kind of like the edge of an anthill, like one of the tunnels of that. And you all are going to see it coming just in time to swim and smash into the side of it. All of you are going to do me a favor. You all succeed and are going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you bail out above the water, hit the ground and roll. Aurontiros, you have the lowest score, so as you all slosh to the ground, finding yourself waterlogged and sputtering, you're going to hit the ground hard, roll into this drier, muddy part of a canyon. And as you catch your breath and look around, you'll see Aurontiros is buried face first in a mud puddle, but is otherwise alive as far as you can
Pull
tell.
him out.
It's gonna go.
So technically, if it's a puddle, his face wouldn't actually be in it, then it would be resting on it.
So it's by a mud puddle. I mean, picture like about a foot deep mud ditch.
Well, because it should act as solid ground for him,
He.
potentially.
So
I'm not.
You're trying to argue for something that'll hurt me instead of just get me muddy.
It's
Is
true.
what-
I was thinking more that you might have like swallowed half the mud.
No, he's just ostriching.
Okay. I'll pull
It's
him out.
mostly-
Does
it's
he have
all-
that lovely like.
I will
Do you not
counter
look
with it's
about-
mud, but mostly silt.
Okay. Do you know that look that dogs get when they've gone and like absolutely drenched themselves in like that kind of thin mud?
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Does Aurontiros have that going on right now?
Yes, 100%. That is
Just,
the
like,
consequence of that now
dripping.
one.
Okay.
Riz is gonna turn and look at the party, huge smile on her face, and go, "I was fun. Like, can we do that again?"
No. Levin is.
Is everyone okay?
Hazel has gills that she will drop her spell so she can breathe air. And
Levna has like
Oh,
a
and,
huge dent in the side of her helmet, and blood is kind of seeping down the side of her face. She's, no, once was plenty.
That was so fun, though. You guys were like surfing. Did I miss something? Did I miss something by climbing?
Yes.
Oh, did you do?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that is really cool.
Well, I mean, I couldn't really control the fact that the flood was moving very fast. So, I mean, we could have all gotten smashed into a rock face and died, but at least we didn't drown.
It's
It's
true.
true.
Also, it's hard sometimes finding like if you're in like tumbling water, you don't want. Sometimes you get messed about and you don't know which way's up and which way's down. So you saved everyone
Just
from
force the
drowning.
Pop up.
That was really clever.
Going to use elven magic to begin cleaning himself. It's prestidigitation.
Hey, Elf, fix my helmet. Levna's
Fix
gonna
my-
toss her helmet
hey.
on your. Aurontiros,
Hey, elf.
fix my damn helmet.
Fix my helmet, please.
It's those elven magic words, you
Yeah.
know.
Use your elven magic words.
Aurontiros, fix my helmet. I'm going to turn you into an oven mitt.
Levna, sit down and let Kelara look at that.
An oven mitt? Don't threaten me with a good time.
Kalara's gonna pull like a handkerchief out that somehow stayed clean and try and like wipe the mud off of Levna as well, because I'm sure she's got a bit from traveling up through it.
We need to figure out a better way of handling that for when we have to go back.
I mean, do
We'll
we
ride
have
the
to travel the
wave back
canyons?
out.
Could we maybe travel above and then go down and back up? I'd be happy to climb if we could avoid that again.
Yeah, that was not fun. Or maybe we could try and like figure out if there's any sort of pattern to know when is like a good time to go, you know, down and up.
No.
As good as new. Passing the helmet back.
Thank you.
But what she doesn't know is that there's a heart right on the forehead above the eye slots.
This feels weird. What did you... Okay, that's probably fine. Magic. Seriously, it's weird. How are you getting used to this, Godfrey? All of this magic stuff is just... It's a bit... She's just gonna kind of like
Much.
mutter under...
I mean, it seemed pretty useful when, you know, you weren't drowning and I could swim and pull you away from the wall.
Did you have gills just now?
I did, and webbed feet and hands.
That is really cool. See,
I'll-
let's do this
I'll look
again.
at the-
Can you make me a fish as well?
I'll look at
Holy
Levna.
fish, I can't.
I'll just look at Levna and just say, I try not to think about it
Yeah,
and
that's
think
probably
about what
for-
happens if we don't succeed.
Oh, real
Do
question.
you think I'm weird?
You're not weird. I mean, your magic is from the gods. It's that's strange elven magic. And are you part fish? I'll look at Hazeal.
She was part
Mm-mm.
fish.
I was. For swimming
mean,
reasons.
It is like it's magic.
You're in the age of magic, Godfrey.
Kalara
Rizira,
looks kind of worried that Levna thinks she's like a weirdo or something.
you're not weird. Magic's just weird, okay? You guys are fine. Magic's just weird.
Magic
Magic
is
as a
weird.
general concept is weird, yes.
And magic
Okay,
has saved
so
our
long as we-
lives.
So long, yeah, it saved our
has.
lives.
It has. It most definitely has. It's
Godfrey,
just I don't
Look.
understand it.
There's nothing wrong
Thank
with
you
things
for
being a little
grabbing.
queer, okay?
Sorry, what was that, Cal? I didn't quite.
I got distracted by Levna talking about something about my ears.
They're quite lovely.
No, but Cal,
Thank
I
you.
actually didn't hear. Sorry.
Thank you for providing transportation for Rizira.
Yeah,
And I
I would have
think-
been like left right behind.
I
How,
think
how far did we go?
this was a smarter idea, though we are scraped up a bit.
I think we ended up
And-
saving about a half day's journey.
Half a day's journey. See, us elves must follow our intuition, as you humans must follow your oaths. But together, we could be unstoppable. With our
Are you
magic,
proposing?
yes. I am proposing an oath.
I thought you were engaged to Riz.
Yeah, aren't we engaged, Aurontiros? Or
I'm not really sure what everyone's talking about here, but what I am doing
Maybe also polyamorous.
is
Yeah, well, I'd rather be polyamorous.
Ew. But what I am doing is casting motivational speech
Okay.
oh, that's what you do.
of an elven variety.
Okay.
So we're all vaguely confused, but very motivated.
Yeah.
Very motivated.
Good cheer will infect the group at that point, right?
You know,
Everyone
can
gains
use-
5 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Oh, an advantage on wisdom saves.
you know,
So if you're already down 5 hit points, does that just automatically take out those 5 and you get back to normal?
It's temp, so it cuts.
It's temp,
Yeah.
so it goes
So
on
it sits
top.
on top, so new damage will take those off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm, okay.
And if it's hit by an attack, you took damage, you have advantage on your next attack.
maybe, I mean, we can use we do need every advantage we can get. Maybe could we, now that get up, could we do that again, but more planned?
Probably not. This seems like a once in a lifetime type of thing to me. The way that the
Prefer to
canyon
stay
started
that way.
falling apart there, Aurontiros is lucky he didn't get squashed to the bottom.
Always been lucky.
Well, I'm just glad we don't have to do. I don't want to do it again. And as Levna is kind of leavening, Kelara, Riz, and Aurontiros.
Pass without trace.
Okay.
I'm going to cast on the group.
Okay.
Oh God, you're
as
gonna
you-
make Riz gross.
As you do that, you are going to notice a shadow pass over this part of the canyon. The three of you with that very, very high passive perception. On the northern wall of the canyon, something was just looking down at you. And as you quickly glance up, you are going to see the barest flash of blue skin.
Did you say that?
Yeah, what
See
was
what?
it?
See what?
It was
What-
over there.
looking down at us.
Yeah, and I saw blue.
I don't see anything.
I will look for it.
You see nothing. Looking up, you can see the canyon wall is actually pretty serrated and fairly easy. Like, it's stepped, so you could probably climb it without any tools or anything. It's about 30 feet up. Would take you probably a minute or two to climb.
Let's get out of the canyon.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
All right. Climbing. Do you climb out of the north face or the south face?
Where did we see that thing?
North.
North face?
Okay.
Then?
You could continue to the east or to the west along the canyon, but with the flash floods, it might be better to do it and then climb back down later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right.
north
So
face.
climbing up, as you're headed to the top, does anybody want to look around?
I probably would be
Yeah.
a little on guard.
Yeah,
if
same.
everyone else said that they saw something.
Also
Any-
moving stealthily as you can stealthily
Well, you've got
climb.
pass without a trace, so you can move not stealthily and still be stealthy. It is gross. As you are looking around, anybody can make me a survival check or an investigation check. Your choice in this environment.
Cool. I'm gonna make an investigation, but can I also just kind of separately be observing the stone that we're passing, since
Mhm.
that's kind of my wheelhouse.
Sounds good.
19 survival.
25.
25?
Sorry,
And
stopped loving me. That is a nat one.
not one. What did you just say, Chris?
19 survival.
Okay. Riz.
9 survival.
Okay. All right. Aurontiros, are you looking? You got a 20?
Survival of 20.
Okay. And Hazeal.
I
What
got
did you
that
get?
nat one on
That nat one?
investigation, but
Oh.
if I'm looking at, maybe I'm just distracted by stone, and I get like a 19 for a history check on stone.
Okay. So looking at this, you can see what's going to catch your eye, actually, as you're climbing up. You're almost going to fall as you're climbing up the side of the wall, because you're focused on the side of these canyons. And what you would expect of these canyons is that they would be some type of like igneous rock, potentially some type of metamorphic, perhaps, from the different like prehistoric volcanic reactions or maybe glacial movements. But as you reach out, you're going to feel a little bit of the wall beneath you, the canyon wall, and realize that no, this chunk is absolutely sedimentary. And as you are touching it, you are not touching a piece of stone. There is a huge vein of bone of a creature that must have been the size of a whale in the side of this wall. It's mostly covered by mud and debris, but as you're touching, you're like, what the shit? A little bit of mud's gonna fleck off in your hand. You're gonna see old gray bone. Can I show you something real quick? This is what the inside of the canyon walls look like in many places.
Oh boy.
Huh.
That's ominous.
So yeah, it is particularly creepy. As you climb up the top, Robin, Riz is going to kind of lean over the edge and just keep an eye on Hazeal to make sure she doesn't fall, and that's why you're going to be distracted. You'll be like, hey, what you doing down there? What you doing down there? Right? The rest of you are going to climb up to the edge, and as you peek around, you're going to see that in the kind of like dusty, craggy top of dusty, craggy top of the cliff face, you'll see there are some tracks on the ground. Looks humanoid. Feet about the size of Aurontiros's. Bare foot. 5 toes, a heel. And they're headed to the west.
How fresh do they look?
Very fresh.
The direction we're heading.
Let's follow.
What? You guys find something?
There's some tracks here in the ground.
Have you seen the bone?
Yeah, the bones are really great. Hazeal, can you not fall down if you get out of the canyon? The bones are really creepy.
Yeah.
Let's stay together.
What?
Stay close. And keep moving to the west. Levna?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Oh, just
I
checking.
see it too. What the hell was that? I don't like this. You continue to the west, moving among, even up here, you're at the top of main canyons, but it's still craggy rocks and different types of structures, plenty of switchbacks and places to hide behind. The terrain is particularly rough, and before long, you are going to find yourself at another precipice. You are going to see that down in this cleft, where it looks like the deep drow kind of merges together, like the center point of a crack, like if you hit a piece of glass with a hammer, the focal point of the impact that is cut into the landscape here. You are going to look down and see that there are several figures huddled up and kind of like huddled up together, looking up at you. Well, actually, pardon me, not with Pass Without a Trace. So as you approach, you are going to see that down in this crag, kind of some of the landmarks as well are kind of looking like the map that Dalamar marked for you. Down at the base of this, you can see that there are 6 blue-skinned elves standing next to what looks like a cleft in the rock that the most keen-eyed of you are going to see a door carved in the escarpment of the ravine beneath you. An ancient algae-covered double door made of white granite. The 6 blue-skinned figures are angled around it.
Are they armed?
They are. Looks like most of them are armed with tridents or spears made of bone. Perhaps javelins along some of them.
Do they look anything like the other blue elf we've seen?
I mean, they're blue elves. They look very fit, dressed in clothing that is made of what looks like kelp leather. Some of them are equipped with pauldrons made of conch shells. Their hair is long and white, tied up in intricate patterns above their head and with long fish bones holding the braids together. They don't notice you, as far as you can tell.
So they're like, we're basically on one of the like spindles of like the crack of the hammer, so we'd have to like climb down and climb back up.
There's actually a pretty easy slope that you could climb down to come up behind them.
Shall we approach?
Are we going to we're just gonna talk with them, right? This is
That's the
Well,
yeah.
it might be nice.
Yeah, I think we should have Aurontiros go first as a elf. You can probably speak to them, maybe, and try and gain their.
I can accompany you.
Perhaps. I'm wondering if it would be wise for me to approach them on my own, or if
Well, I was wondering if we all go.
we just make ourselves known all at once. You said there were about how many?
6 of them.
There's 6 of them.
There's 6 of you.
There's 6 of us. If they wish, they're more barbaric than other tribes. But
They don't look like Haganesti, actually. Not necessarily. I want you to make me Aurontiros, because of your elven culture, make me a history roll.
Also, this was where the.
This is where that shrine is that Delamar mentioned. The Blue Phoenix Shrine.
all right. Oh, it's an int. Well, 17.
17? You're pretty sure that these are Demernesti elves.
Elves of the Sea.
Are they known to be hostile?
I have not encountered.
They have a pretty good reputation for the most part. They're usually fairly good. They're definitely nicer than the Sylvanesti.
I think we should
Make our
approach
presence.
them, make our presence known, and not as if we were trying to sneak up on them.
I agree.
Good thinking. All right. Are we gonna yell across, or shall we try to close ground first?
And maybe try and close ground, but like make it very obvious. Maybe we're not armed. Maybe the front of us could not be armed, and let's say like if Godfrey and Livna want to hang back, kind of behind, and maybe potentially just be at the ready.
I'll keep
like,
I'll keep my sword in its scabbard.
All right.
As will I.
So we climb as close as we can get before
Okay.
being creepy.
Sounds good.
You'll
Are
have
you
to tell me how close that is. I'm not quite used to it.
Are you going to keep up your pass without a trace the entire time?
Should I drop our veil?
I mean, I guess we're not trying to be sneaky.
I think that would be a good idea.
Before we get too
Yes.
close?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Let
Yeah.
them hear us.
If it, Aurontiros will drop the pass without trace and
Okay.
yell out in Elvish.
Okay. All right. Now I'm going to ask you all a very important question. If I were a sea elf, what accent would I have? Neutral, Southern, Scandinavian,
Oh,
British. Scandinavian? Is that what we're
My
going with
vote's
for
for
this?
Scandinavian. I'm just one person.
I'd say
My
so,
vote's for
too.
Is that two?
I'm thinking British.
Is there
you know,
any inoffensive Caribbean accent that
Not really, man.
I
Only Hermes Conrad, but that's it.
only Hermes got?
When I was a little baby in Kingston Town.
Futurum RPG when?
Yeah, soon.
I'm gonna defer to everyone else.
Okay.
Can't
I'll
picture.
come up with a hybrid then. So as you're approaching, they're going to turn when you make it down to the base of the canyon, and as you take a step forward, they're going to turn and ready their spears. Just seeing as you call out, they'll be a bit startled. What do you say to them as you call out, Aurontiros?
Cousins, I come in peace. We are travelers. We mean you no harm.
They're all fairly young. You'd say, looking at them, they're maybe around 100 years old. One of them, a bit fitter, slightly older, with a couple of scars along his chest, is going to turn and raise a hand. And, "You're the ones that were down in the canyon when the wet came."
It was us. Yes.
"You're not with the dragon army."
We, to state plainly, are opposed to the dragon armies.
"Stated plainly, that is a good thing. They are not our favorite people."
What are they saying, Hazel? Riz is whispering to Hazel.
So it's meanwhile it's
I'll,
Trulalala, Simanazo, Malaskadon.
I'll
I am
translate under my
sorry.
breath
Would you
for this.
prefer I speak common?
Oh, if you could speak common, that would be great.
May we approach?
If you are not hostile. Yes.
We're very hospitable, not hostile.
Daniv said that you very nearly died.
We had the look of the gods smiling upon us.
Apparently so. My name is Ishvern. Ishvern Stargazer. These are my
Aurontiros.
Aurontiros. Why are you in the northern wastes? At this point, you can all make your way down the side of the canyon and approach. They are all huddled around, and all of you are going to see that there is this ancient algae-covered double door at the bottom of this canyon that is... It's got about a foot of water in it, so you'll be sloshing as you walk through it. As you approach, you'll see that the door is etched with an eroded image of a majestic bird with outstretched wings. Anybody who wants to can make me a religion check.
Oh yeah, super good at this. Let's see.
What the fuck? Riz just rolled a nat 20 on that religion check, so 21.
Okay, 21.
8.
8. So you have no idea, Riz. This is, pardon me, you have no
Not a
idea, Hazel. This is the opposite of what you normally would have. Riz and Kelara are going to immediately get a sense of this. And Godfrey... Levna got a 2. Godfrey, you going to bother rolling?
4.
4? Okay. Riz, you have seen this in a storybook because it was particularly pretty. This is a blue phoenix, the symbol of the god Habakkuk, god of the seas and animal life. You actually remember that Ispen told you a story about this once.
Mm-hmm.
About how he met the god and fed him birdseed and was gifted with eternal life.
Well, that didn't really do him good.
Well, I mean, you know, it was bad birdseed.
So is the god of seas an animal?
Yes, and animal life.
Animal life. Okay.
Yep. And Habakkuk is not a particularly a fairly neutral god, if I'm not mistaken. I will double check that just to be 100% sure, because Habakkuk never came up in the novels I read. No, Habakkuk apparently is a good god. Never mind. Habakkuk is known as the Fisher King, oversees animal life, the sea, and the balance of nature. Sailors, farmers, and hunters once revered him.
Well, makes sense.
So you will recognize that that is on the side of the door. Why are you in the northern wastes?
We're trying to find a city
A city.
of lost names. There might be something.
There might be something
there.
Ah, yes. We are also looking for something. This shrine is a sacred place, dedicated to an old deity that we only now remember as the Sea Lord. His name lost to time. You said you are enemies of the dragon army. We too are. We are on a pilgrimage. Once there were 10 of us. 4 of us were taken by the Red Dragon army, in fear that they may no longer be with us.
Where did you cross paths with them by any chance?
On our way in from the sea. Perhaps a day's journey back toward the water. This could line up with the traveling ones that you saw, actually, the tracks.
There are Sylvanesti explorers as well. They have brought word that their ancient home has fallen to the Blue Dragon army.
In truth, I do fear that many others have fallen. We were supposed to meet another contingent for this pilgrimage from a neighboring tribe. All we found was broken shells and broken spears. I fear for the worst. And even worse, we are on a holy pilgrimage to pay homage to this god. But among the 4 that were captured was Yirkar, our priest. Yirkar I fear that I will not be able to do this correctly without her. But it is imperative. This... He takes a moment and takes a look over you and looks and kind of squints at Kelara's staff. I know that symbol. Where do I know that symbol from?
This is Kelara.
Kelara.
Her village was attacked by the Red Dragon army, and because I think no longer hiding it would be of any use to us. And if you do oppose the same enemies, she is a chosen of Mishakal. It is why I am accompanying her, and we are seeking the city.
Mishakal, the healer. Perhaps you were brought here to come with us. We make an offering on every pilgrimage. He reaches into a pouch at his belt and pours into the palm of his hand a series of gorgeous, gorgeous pearls, deep blue, deep sea pearls. Obviously, like hundreds of steel pieces worth of pearls in his hand. I have a request of you, strangers. I do not know what exists inside of the temple. But with only 6 of us left, I would need some to stay up here and keep watch in case the Red Dragon army approached, so that we could hide the temple. Will you accompany me into the temple so that I may complete the pilgrimage for Yirkul?
Sounds like fun.
Kelara kind of looks at the others like, we should help them, right?
You had
Riz is like
6,
all for it.
and now there are 12.
Well met, cousin. I feel that you were delivered to me by my sea god. The problem is, as we stand here at the door, Yirkul would open this by saying a specific prayer. I am no priest. I do not know it.
Riz is gonna go knock on the door.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom. It is ancient and stone. It is
Is
sealed.
there anything
Maybe-
around it
Uh,
Do you,
gives any hints as to type of prayer?
I was going to ask, do you know the words?
I do not. I do not even know my god's name. It has been lost to us over time.
It's not a Habakkuk, is it?
The doors are going to begin to swing open as you say that. Since you are right on top of it, they're going to grind and sort of swing open magically in front of you.
Oh, well done, Rizira.
Did you say I magic? I saw here Kender magic.
Oh no.
I think that might have actually been magic in the doors and you said the right word.
Oh, that's
No.
true.
It is for the reason that Rizira is alongside us.
My friends. Then let us go and pay a pilgrimage to Habakkuk, my sea god.
Well met. And Aurontiros is gonna like clasp.
He'll do the elven greeting, which is just like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
secret handshake. Just the... Yeah. Steal second. All right. Then let us go and pay pilgrimage. And with that, you prepare to head into the Blue Phoenix Shrine, which I think we're going to pick up next episode as you stand in front of the shrine's doors and prepare to head inside and see what is in store. So folks, that's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do you guys have fun this episode?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
It was a wild back and
It
forth
was
of an episode.
such a wild.
Right.
The combination of like the water walk and surfing on the waves was just
well, I was looking at my
and
dex
getting-
and my strength, and I'm like, you know what? It's going in the direction we want to go.
It's
Well,
great
and also
because
just almost getting thrown off a cliff. You know, that was a wild turn as well.
Well, it was great because the beginning of the game was our long rest where I was able to reset my spells and repick my prepared list. And I was looking at them and going, well, you know what? We're right on the edge of the water by the sea. There's all these like canyon-y things. So you know what? Like, let's put something like this in because you know what? Maybe it'll be a river we have to cross or something.
A girl.
Oh, thank-
That's pretty
Well
clever.
And
That was clutch. That was clutch. That water walk was clutch.
I can do it. And then Riz ran away. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, no, I
Yes!
was just like, I first when I was doing stuff is like, oh shit, this thing is 150 feet tall. Okay, no, well,
Right. I played.
I rolled high initiative. I've got 21.
I was gonna say the
Gosh.
bane of high initiative rolls, right?
right?
Right.
it was perfect for Kender
It was
That's
just
true.
off.
to just wander off.
Well, my thought initially was, oh, I will be up, so then maybe someone can grab the rope if need be to hold on, kind of thing. But yes, Christine was absolute clutch.
So, and I did play a little bit fast and loose with the wash mechanics because they're okay, but like when your players throw at you, like seriously, the up to 80 feet high on the first flash of combat.
And two of us are wearing.
Oh,
heavy
actually, no,
armor.
I misread something. I misread something. The canyon walls can be that high. It doesn't quite flash that high up. My bad. I did play fast and loose with it. I spent the drama on my last hurt them more to make it happen. So fight me.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that's all fine. It was more dramatic. It's not going to be quite that
Exactly.
dramatic in the future. It's always more dramatic the first time.
Yeah, because we weren't ready for it. Next time
We're-
we're ready for it, so it's
Next
fine.
Now
time
we know
you're
how to
re-
surf.
Now you know how to surf. You can be a surfing bird.
This sea elf fellow that we ran into, he's gonna
Yeah.
bring out the most elf out of Aurontiros.
He's going to be your elf, bro. He's going to give you a conch shell
Most
necklace, and you're going to go.
Oh yes.
He's
Maximum
already
elf.
speaking more elfy. It's talking about.
It's true,
prophecies
it's
and
true.
reading each other. It's
All right, so folks, that is going to be it for us tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in to Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen. We are going to be back on Saturday night with the first episode of Book 2 of Mage the Ascension, the Victorian Age, and then we're going to have some more fun after that. So definitely come back next week for the going into the Blue Phoenix Shrine and the continued adventures, because their next episode, I already pre-rolled all your random encounters for the first like week of travel, and it's gonna be fun. You got some fun stuff coming up. It's gonna be pretty fantastic. I want to offer a big thank you to our sponsor for tonight, which is of course Bookwyrm Games. Go to bookwormgames.com and use code DorkTales to save 10% on your orders. They've got fantastic dice, folks, and if you need dice for your games, you couldn't do better, really. Go check them out, especially if you're in Canada or the States. The shipping is phenomenally cheap. And if you're looking for some gaming supplements to help you run your games, go to questchest.info to learn about their upcoming Kickstarter. Besides that, I need to thank everybody who's on our Patreon, who, of course, at the $5 tier or higher, receives a bunch of free games every month. 3 months, well, not free, but 3 months in advance from everybody else, like Mage the Ascension, Technocracy, 2 games of Strixhaven, soon to be a game of Star Trek Adventures, a Chronicles of Darkness or World of Darkness game that I run, and then soon the Radiant Citadel. It's a huge amount of gaming for just $5 a month, and it goes directly to support the channel in the most... Basically, it's the best way to support the channel financially if you'd like to do that. Please consider it and join the likes of our world building producer, Soul Omen, our divine producer, my mom, and my stepdad, my demonic producer, Precarious, my wizards of the Patreon, Tammy the Forever Cleric and Ink Goblin, and of course, the High Council of the Patreon, Taryn the Traveler, Buddy Trezelta, Amberthist, Cubby Gummy, Raven with Baubles, Karasha Urquhart, Drew Thompson, Sergio, Chef Eladeth, Larouk, Sorcerer Sanguine, and Mike Baxter, who are all amazing people. And if you'd like to join the council, consider going to patreon.com/dorktales. Check it out. But that's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you so much for listening, for watching, and for joining us on another adventure. I guess next episode, it's time to go to a water temple. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
No. We didn't bring our iron boots.
No, we did not.
We did not. Levna and Godfrey have iron
I was
boots.
gonna say, well, yeah. So
Just hang on. Jump.
yeah, I was gonna say time
How
myself
fast
to
can they
Godfrey
take
again.
them on and off?
I don't know.
Not fast
I don't know.
Never fast enough.
All right. That's going to be it from us. Good night, everybody.